100 lifetimes passed. A dwarven kingdom was ruled by a cult of corrupt elders known as the Diadem. They lorded over the valley between two mountain ranges called the Upper and Lower Riles. This wound in the soil became known by the people as the Crag. Insulted by death, the Diadem toyed with magic of the soul and cursed themselves and their nation into eternal unlife. Incited by the gods' inaction, an archfey of winter rose to end the blight and covered the crag and its horde in an eternal sheet of ice. Centuries later, new life has found its way to this frozen wasteland. The humans first, carving holes in the ice river Tormag and fishing its depths. The halflings felt the new and powerful natural magics and settled in the hills. The dragonkin and orcs fled their persecutions and waged war in the frozen wastes. Finally, the gnomes found silver in the upper isles and began trade between all the races of the crag with coins shaped like a beating heart. For this reason, all those who share that eternal winter have become known as the Crag-hearted.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of The Crag. I'm very excited. This is DM Sheshaket, and I am joined by our fantastic group of people. You may see that we are all block people today. It's just our pictures of who we are on the stream, but that is because today we on the back end are going to be focusing more on the audio for this episode. So I'm going to be trying a couple of things out with our friends at Sirenscape, and we also get to show off a little bit more of the beautiful art that our partner did, whose name is in the description. I can never pronounce her name. It's Artemizyart or something like that. But we are going to focus on audio, so we're going to be practicing our mute buttons. We're going to be practicing our sound coordination and saying out our roles and making sure everything is good so that we can have this for posterity and make sure that it is working just fine. But still, you'll get all of the wonderful, fantastic love and affection that you all are due, and all the exciting adventures that our amazing players are going to attempt to survive today. So we're just going to go down the line. We're going to do introductions, make sure everybody's sound and everything is working just fine. We will start off by going over to our good friend Hoyga.
Hello, my sound. Wait, did we start recording yet? No, I'm just kidding.
No!
We can make jokes this session, right? Video doesn't stop that. I'm Trevor. I'll be playing Hogram today.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I was terrified for a second, but we're good. Let's go on over to Brom.
Yeah, my name is Kyle, and I'll be playing Brom for today.
Excellent. Thank you, Brom. And let's head over to Milo.
I am Raymond. I will be manning Milo this beautiful, beautiful sunny Sunday.
Excellent. And Vanka.
Hey, I'm Joe, and I'll be playing Vaga today.
And I am very excited. Let's begin by just doing our recap. And I think, Trevor, you are our recap person for today. So let's go over what has happened, and then we will dive into this episode.
Okay, so I'm pretty bad with names. I'm going to mess a few of them up. But as we left the city on the east side of the Tormag River, which is called... I only ever see the map when you put it up. This is my confession.
That's fine. I'm putting it up for the stream right now, but...
Okay, great. Great. Because we are heading south along the eastern side of the Tormag through many days of cold, sort of wintry travel through the crag. And on our way, a few days in, we were camping, I believe it was nighttime, and we saw we were putting up. We decided to put up a fire because we feel like we may be being chased by Calatrax, a noble woman from Dragonkin society who has her eyes set on us. For better or for worse, we thought we were far enough ahead. So when we made a fire, we saw lights in the distance, and we decided to signal them with smoke signals, which maybe, Morse code, smoke signals. I don't know the difference in real life, but I'm assuming our characters did in the game. And they came over. We had a few sort of rough verbal exchanges, and at the end of it, they decided on both sides that we weren't going to fight, which was a huge relief to me, who seems to die every time we do. In the next fight, or the next day, a few days later, we ran across a dragonborn wandering out in the snow, and having just been through an experience that put us a little off ease a few days earlier, we decided still to sort of reach out and see if we could help him. It turns out it was a pretty good decision so far. His name was Bruhin, and he had lost his party. Um, and when we started talking to him, we saw in the distance also, as we had set up a watch, that there were some wolves on the horizon. The wolves approached closer and closer. We set up to fight, and we defeated the wolves thoroughly, but not without some scrapes and bruises. And that puts us at now, I believe. Please let me know if I've missed something.
No, that's perfect. You all are about a day out, and your new friend Bruhin did say that he was going to introduce you all to Mr. Merrick, who is in the town of Leiron, and one of Brahm's contacts that was on the way, that is there. So we are starting up after that long rest. So please, everyone, do make sure that you are marking that your character has had a long rest. You're back up to full hit points. I did want to mention there was one thing that happened that is only relevant to one person, but might be relevant to all of you. Milo's familiar Izzy had been destroyed in that last fight, which, to Milo's chagrin, was very, very sad. And he was rolling really bad and wasn't able to avenge her, but collectively, you all did avenge her, and Izzy is currently powdered snow. But we will focus on that powdered snow and watch as the snow covers the entirety of the crag, as it always does. And we will begin our adventure. Is everyone
Hey,
ready?
Peleus, I'm going to do a clap, clap, clap. Maybe you can edit this out later. I don't know how to do a long rest in in Roll20.
You have to just manually change your hit points back to full.
Oh, dag.
It's not fancy like D&D Beyond. You got to do it by hand.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'll do that.
And we will. And as we do that, as our party rests, we will travel back over the wastes, back to a familiar town. A town that is small and inhabited by very few people. But this town is one that means a lot to our adventurers. We will come across a small hut in the town of Almanac. It is a snowy day, and the snow continues to fall, and our heroes are also buffeted by these strong winds. But here, in the depths, in a basement beneath the mayor's house, there is no howling winds, there is no fall of snow, there is just ice cold stone. And we see hanging from chains on the walls a young dragonborn male. He is eviscerated. There are long hooks that hang from his biceps that are weighted with stones, pulling the hooks further down and down, pulling apart his skin each time he breathes. There are lacerations in his chest, 1,000 small incisions. His claws on his hands are missing, and his teeth have been pulled. You recognize this Dragonborn. He is the one that our party let live. Into the room walks Calatrax. She is silent and walks over to the bound, pathetic creature. I have a few questions. I would like to hear the truth. And the man is very weakly trying to breathe and says, I can answer your questions. I never said I wouldn't answer your questions. I don't have a lot of time, and I didn't want to waste my time with idle threats. So now when I ask you where Brom, Hog, Vaga, and Milo are right now, you will not hesitate to answer me. And immediately the Dragonborn, the poor pathetic man, he tenses a bit and he feels the weight of the stones against the hooks in his flesh. And all of his resolve leaves. They went north. I followed them for a day. They looked like they were heading towards the Bridge of Bounds. I know that much already. What I want you to confirm for me is, what were they carrying? You saw it, didn't you? Yes, it was wrapped usually in some sheep's skin, but I did see it. Did they seem to understand what they carried? No, they were confused, and I heard them talking, but they were confused, and one of them, the smaller one, seemed to know a little bit more, but it was difficult to say. It seemed like he too was able to read it, but that was it. Read? He could read it. Yes. Oh, that is useful. That is very useful. Is there anything else you wish to tell me that may be important? They were all confused, but resolute, I guess. They were ready to do whatever they needed to. As am I, young one. And she raises a single clawed finger to the throat of the young boy. As am I. Milo, you wake up to a crystal clear sky. The wind is ever warm, and you're relaxing on the stump of a tree in a field of wheat. What would you like to do?
I will take a quick glance at the stump again, just to see if the message has changed.
It is
Just
not.
like a quick read. Okay. I will then quickly check to make sure that the space is still there in the stump on the side where it was before.
Mm-hmm. It remains.
And then I will take off dashing towards where I already know the sister normally comes from.
Before she is able to step out of the house, you have arrived at the front door, breathing heavily. But she looks, oh, we were just going to call you for dinner. Is everything all right?
We gotta go. We gotta go now. There's something coming. I saw it in the sky. We have to go now.
Hold on. Mom! And you see a female dwarf enter the front room. She is older and holding what looks like to be a bowl of some sort of salad that has already been prepared and chopped. She walks over. What's wrong? You look pale.
Please believe me. Please believe me. We have to leave the house now. We've got to go to the stump. We've gotta. There's something coming. It's dangerous and it's in the sky. And I've seen it before. We have just trust me and just follow me. And I just start trying to grab her hand and grab her, my sister, and trying to like drag them toward the door.
Sure, they
I
put
know
down she puts down the bowl and begins following you. You also see that there are the father who was on the front porch also stands up and walks with you. He is quieter than the rest of the family and does not protest as much, but you all make it to the stump.
And then I stop at the stump and I hop on it and I just kind of point towards where the skull normally comes out of the sky and just say, just keep looking there and walk backwards and follow me. And just keep looking right there though. And I just like try to keep like start back pedaling from there while they're watching.
Okay. And as you look, it waits a moment. You've moved faster this time, but on cue, the lightning strikes. The sky splits, and the leering skull of Orcus pierces the veil of the primaterial plane. The family is aghast, and they hold tightly to you as on the roof of a building you see Mesor again, standing with book in hand and sword in the other. And then the fog comes. I would like you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
I apologize. What save?
Constitution?
Constitution. And that is a 22.
This time,
Natural 20.
that's fantastic. This time, the fog flows and your family shields you with their own bodies, and it provides a breath of air that you are able to breathe in and hold as your family falls dead around the stump. But this time you keep consciousness long enough to see Mesor leap into the sky towards the skull. The skull itself, the size of this elven man who launches in a flow of ice and snow and lands on the skull of the creature, plunging his sword into its eye. The skull retches as Mesor grabs onto one horn and, with a single backward swipe, chips the tip of it. You watch as the tip of the horn flies into the city, and the skull opens this voracious canine-fold maw and latches onto Mesor. Mesor plunges the sword into the empty socket of the other side of the creature's skull, and it rears back in pain as Mesor begins to say a rite from the book in his hand. As he speaks on and on, you watch that tip of the horn fly southward. And the sky freezes. Please give me a perception check.
Perception. Ah, here we are. 14.
It flies south, farther and farther, and you see it crest to the east side of the River Tormag.
Would I have noticed if it hit mountainous regions past it before it?
You, with 14, can tell it most likely landed probably somewhere between the end of the river and the lower Riles.
Okay.
But you're not sure. It may have made it to the Riles, but you're not sure.
Gotcha.
And at this point, the air in your lungs exhales. And on your next breath, snow pouring from the sky, ice freezing the city around you. You die. Vaga, you take last watch. And you are awake as you see, with your very high passive perception, Milo turning in his sleep feverishly. But it is morning, and you all need to move.
Um, I guess I'll go to Milo while the others are asleep. I just sort of like, sort of gently press and just like rub his back, like soothe him awake.
Milo, you awaken. You're a little bit more. You're still breathing heavy. It was quite an ordeal, but you are back in the crag. The ice cold of the eternal winter welcomes you.
Are you? Is it a nightmare, my friend?
Yeah. Yeah, morning. Yeah, I had another one of those dreams with Orcus coming through the sky. I think I got a little more information though this time. The the fight. I don't know if I told you guys last time that Mesor, he came through and he fought Orcus, and like I watched it, but this time he kind of cut off a piece of Orcus's horn. I don't know if that's something you know as far as lore goes of like him a piece of him being used to battle or fight him or something like that. But it when he hit it, it flew to the south, and I don't think it hit the mountain range yet. I don't quite feel it went that far, but think I think it's right at the end of the river, right before the Little Riles. Just I mean, I don't know if that's something that'll help you out or not. I don't know, but we got to keep an eye out.
See, this is good for us to know.
Yeah,
It means
I'm
that
sitting
we
there,
are
like,
going
rubbing
the
my
right
head.
way.
yeah, yeah. We are. Yeah, we definitely are. I gotta. How far are we from the next city? Like 2 days?
At this point,
Should be there soon. His guide was his way.
everybody
All right.
seems to wake up at this point. You hear the talking in the morning, and Bruin is um, kind of excitedly getting ready and packing his. He does not really have much, but he slept underneath a wolf skin, so he is rolling that up and is thankful for it.
I
Uh,
will.
yeah,
ha-
could
I'll
I do like a religion check on what I just heard
Sure.
or something else?
Yeah, give me religion.
before we head out.
That was
I
only
just
a
want
12.
Hey, appellate, or I guess anyone. We didn't all hear that, right? Like Hog and Ron were both asleep while that information was shared. Is that correct?
Yes, but it's up to them whether or not they would like to repeat it. But for
Yeah,
now,
out like as we trek on through the day, like as something to talk about. I'll bring it up as we're walking. I probably wouldn't bring it up right now. I do want to go ahead and give the guy back my crossbow for the trip since he's gonna be with us, just in case something happens. As a loner, basically. That way he's got some way of helping protect us if we need it as we're walking.
he is grateful for that. The Crag is a very dangerous place to walk in it unarmed. Is um, quite scary. So thank you,
Hey, Pellets.
Milo. Yes.
Yeah. Just until we get to the city, we can get you properly taken care of. But as of right now, you're one of us. So here, you can borrow this for now.
Certainly. Thank you. Thank you. And he wraps the strap around one of his waistbands and holds it in hand and is ready to go. As you all wake up, Bruin definitely does know the way, and he is willing to guide you to the town. But is there anything you all would like to do before you head out for the day?
I have a question. Is there some sort of a check that Milo could do in reference to the size of the horn, and if that could be like the approximate size of a giant bridge of sorts? Insight or perception, maybe, as it flew over his head?
No, it wouldn't really be perception. It would be an intelligence-based, probably investigation. But because he is just describing it to you, right? What he saw.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say Milo probably not. You would probably not think it would be that large. It seemed like a chip, just a small chunk
Oh,
of
my
the tip of it.
apologies. I thought. Okay. I missed.
The creature was very large, but it did not look as though it was purposeful. right? It didn't look like he turned to chop off the horn. It looked like in the fight the sword swung backwards and nipped a tip, like hit a tip of it, and it flew away.
My apologies. Okay.
And then
What
just
about, I guess based off of that, is there a check we could do to match that chip to any particular piece of the Mayron's axe?
You would have no idea.
But what was my what's the result of that 12 religion check?
The
Anything?
religion check would say that you wouldn't know much. There's probably not a lot of lore regarding it, but you would know that if a demon prince manifested itself in the prime material world and any part of it was left behind, it would be a direct connection to that Lord of the Abyss. And that is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah. Sort of. I mentioned this to Milo and probably Hogram too. Sort of connecting the dots on necromancy in this area of the crag and um and that chip.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is this is worrying, but it seems that we are already going in the right direction, so perhaps we go in the right direction a bit faster.
yeah,
Let's go.
sounds
Then.
good to me.
I'm in a hurry to see my wife. And Bruin leads the way. You all walk for the majority of the day, and in the evening, the wind begins to pick up, and snow does begin to fall. It looks like you all are in for a bit of snowfall for today. But other than that, it is quite an uneventful trip throughout the day, just trudging through the ever-falling snow and making it farther and farther south. There, you see Bruin point ahead of you all, and in the distance, you see there are a few flickering lights. This does not look like a town. It looks like there have been several caravans that have all decided to stop here and just never left. It is a miserable hovel of a place that has many different small, like, tents, basically. It would be best described as a reinforced tent city that does not seem to have any discernible square or planning that went into its development. It just looks like a large collection of wagons, tents, large huts maybe made out of skins, and you see that the design is mostly orcish, some human, and at the edge of the town you see there is a wagon that seems to be a bit wider than the rest. It looks like a larger wagon, but it is still a wagon that is definitely gnomish make. It has curls on the edge, and Bruin points to it and says, Merrick is there. I can introduce you if you'd like, but I do want to head home as soon as possible.
Quick question for the DM:
Yes.
would, being that I do have a familiar, would the I'm assuming I would still need to use the items that are needed for Find Familiar to bring her back.
hmm
Would I have the brazier? Like, would that be like the brass brazier that says I have to like do it in? Would that be something that I would automatically have on me, or something I would need to find?
I would say, would Izzy have died before now?
I would say probably at some point she may have, with me doing all the hit and runs I've been doing. But I could have possibly purchased it. You know what I mean? Because I was staying near cities, so that's why I wasn't sure which way you wanted to go.
I would say probably you have borrowed brass because brass is
Before.
very expensive.
Right.
I don't think you would have, just based on your amount of Crag hearts you got coming in, buddy. You're not super rich.
Right.
I would say no. You probably would not have a brass brazier.
Okay.
What do you need it for? Or what?
Brass brazier for Find Familiar to bring Izzy back. It's just one of the things that I have to have is, like
But what
single
is that,
pieces
I
with the
guess?
charcoal, herbs, and incense, and then it has to be consumed by fire in a brass brazier. Is what it says. I'm assuming like a little bowl urn type deal.
What about large brass wok style?
I would assume that could work.
Whoa, yeah. What is the magical difference between a wok and a brazier?
I don't know, but
And a
I
brazier?
I have a large bronze shield.
Would you like to give it a try?
Would I don't have any charcoal or anything on me in my inventory currently.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be something I need to grab, or could I have grabbed charcoal from the fires that we had last night? Would it be enough?
I would say you
I
could
have a
have grabbed
brass
charcoal.
lamp.
Charcoal, I think, would be easy because you've spent quite a few days making fires, right?
Right.
So I think you would have had the foresight to have grabbed charcoal. Does it say you need incense as well?
It says charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Okay. I would say... Go ahead.
I was going to say I have both incense and a brass lamp. I don't know if that can be used as a replacement for a brazier.
You do have a
Now,
brass lamp.
Is it a brazier or a brazier? I thought a brazier was something else.
Well, it depends on how hot you want to get.
Wow.
But yes, no, you can attempt
That
it.
doesn't actually answer my question, but still funny.
I know. I don't know the answer to the question, so I made a joke instead.
Let's say both. We'll be half right.
I would say, if you want to give it a try with the incense, you have charcoal. Give me an Arcana check. Are you going to try it in the shield, or are you going to try it in the lamp?
I think the lamp will be the better bet.
I have a brass shield, to clarify.
Is it bronze or is it a bronze lamp or brass lamp?
It's a brass lamp.
Brass lamp. Let's try it in the lamp because it's made for fire, and I wouldn't want to accidentally damage the shield in some way.
Same.
So let's try it with the. I'll do the Arcana. I will use the lamp.
Okay, give me an Arcana check.
Now this is a bit meta. He doesn't need to tell me the answer, but would he know if he has done this before? He hasn't done this before.
That's a natural 1 for a 2. Oh.
So you begin casting this ritual. And this is kind of like halfway through the day, you're all taking a short rest as you continue on your way there. And you kind of have this discussion about what components you need, and you want to try to bring Izzy back. And when everybody is pretty much on board and they're offering their different tools and implements and things that they have, Brahm for a moment offers his shield as a show of solidarity, but once a brass lamp is presented, he kind of very quickly takes it back. But as you begin to cast this spell, you spend about a good 10 minutes focusing on it and getting ready. You see the energy begin to form and the fire lights inside of the brass
I have luck.
brazier. You do.
Sorry.
You have halfling luck. I was wondering if you
I have
remember
halfling
that.
luck. Yes, I was reading through it. I was like, yes, let me try that again.
Go ahead.
That is a disturbingly professional DM move to not let them know how much awesome
17.
they have.
Awesome. Oh, I do that all the time for you.
Yeah, he does. He does.
I can't I'm not going to help you if I know, just because I know the answer. It makes it more narratively interesting. And it also makes you all remember your own stuff. But anyway, good work. You did remember that, and you got a much better roll. And instead of this lamp exploding,
Oh my
Izzy
god.
just crawls out, and you see the fire change from the bright orange, and it lowers itself down to this blue flame, and the blue flame crystallizes, and the crystal creaks and shapes into the form of this small pseudo dragon that crawls out of the lamp and shakes this icy covering off of her, revealing her glistening, fresh white scales. And she immediately flies onto your shoulder, Milo, and begins nuzzling into you.
Oh God, Milo, that is adorable.
Thanks. Stop, Izzy. Stop, Izzy. Oh, I miss you too, girl. I miss you. Oh, this is so good to see you again. Sorry, it was my fault. I shouldn't have had you go do that. We'll work on this. We got to work on this whole fighting thing together. I'm sorry. I really am, babe. You want to go say hi to everybody else?
She does not.
Very
She,
well.
you see, you get a feeling of
Hi.
like, because she communicates in kind of emotions. You get the feeling of
Right.
like we would not be out here if it wasn't for them. But whatever. I'm still happy
And
that
I kinda
you're
like
here.
telepathically, I communicate to her that they all were fighting for her behalf. As soon as when she died, they all tried to kill everything that touched her beforehand. So like to give her that they really do care about you type vibe.
That's good, and she very much so appreciates that, and she will tentatively hover over to Holgrim and kind of land on Holgrim's like chest plate, and you see these big dragonborn eyes just kind of glow and look up at you, Hog, and and you actually feel for the first time Izzy communicate, and Izzy communicates through empathy.
Whoa.
It is a shared emotional experience that you and this pseudo dragon have, and that's how he conveys. And you feel gratitude, you feel thankfulness, and you feel this small little adorable dragonborn look up at you with a smile and a few clicks, and you share that emotional insight with this creature.
Hey, well, thanks for understanding. I mean, nobody's nerve-wracked, right?
And she will crawl up on your shoulder, Hog, and kind of look at Brom. And Brom, how do you look back at this little dragonborn? This little tiny dragon.
Man, that's complicated. I feel like I'd look at it with. I mean, I'm not going to be like overly caring, but with maybe like a mutual kind of respect. You know,
Okay.
like I don't have to love you, however, I value you and what you bring to our little unit. Kind of a look.
And you see, she looks like happy at first because Hog is like all super happy, and then she looks over to you, and you have this kind of like it's not a cold stare, but it is a stern, strong look. And she looks and she lowers her head on Hog's shoulder and like brings it down and clicks a little bit, and you feel sorrow. You feel a sadness that she has, and she shares that emotion with you. And at the same time, you feel that she is sensing your emotional state, and she feels a lot of those mixed emotions that you have when you look at her. And you get the feeling that while she can communicate through emotions, she can sense emotions as well.
I think of a really funny joke.
um, what's the joke?
What's brown and sounds like a bell? Dung.
And you see Izzy kind of crawl up onto Hog's head, and Hog, you feel like this reverberating emotional exchange of your happiness and Izzy's happiness, and it kind of bounces back and forth between you two. And Izzy will just perch on top of your head, and just and
think
just
you got a new
sit
friend
there.
there.
That's not great comedy. Like we're not as funny as I guess humans or halflings, but we're definitely funnier than elves. So I just have to live in that fiction. It's the empathy that counts.
Yeah, Vaga.
Milo kind of laughs and nudges.
Yes, that
nudges
is
Vaga.
correct. That is the true statement.
Vaga does not disagree at all.
I see his emotion as sort of Vaga's character drawing in Discord.
He does look a little grumpy, huh? But
If you are done making jokes, we need moving.
I didn't make a joke. I'm still living in the fact that I didn't say the joke.
you did not say the joke. You felt it and laughed at it in your own head. And Izzy felt... She did not hear the joke. She
probably
felt
saw
the
what I was
laughter inside of you at your own joke and thought that was funny.
That's good.
She's
Well, anyway.
laughing at the fact that you were laughing at yourself.
Hell yeah.
So you all continue with Izzy kind of perched on Hog, and you all march into town. Bruchen has told you that he can do an introduction if you would like, or you can go yourself, but he is eager to go to his wife at home.
I think we'll be fine without him if we let him go.
Yeah, I'll give him a nod. I think you should go see his family.
Okay. He thanks you very much, and before he leaves, he gives Milo his crossbow back,
Awesome.
and is just thankful that you did that for him at all. And he will run into the town, and you see him burst into one of the tents. Hildy! Hildy! And that's it. You all are free now. You see this wagon that is covered in a few skins on top. The skins look like they are caribou. And it looks like it is a little bit reinforced, and you can notice that the wheels have bricks around them. Like this wagon has not moved in a long time. But it is...
I would say that seems to communicate a sort of status, probably, if it's moved the least.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm ready to go in. I'll look at the wagon, look back at the party members, and just sort of nod. Shrug.
I follow.
Okay. You all head over to the wagon. You see there is a door on the back of it. It looks like it looks wooden. It looks like a wooden wagon. And it is very much so like boarded up and secured, but you do see there is a door on the back end of the wagon.
I'll approach. What's the door look like? Are there windows? Is there mail slot of sorts? What's this door look like?
When there looks like there is a small, no, I don't really think there's any windows. It looks like it is all boarded up. There's no windows. You don't even see a peephole. It looks pretty blocked.
All right. I will go up and knock on the door then.
Okay. You knock, and there's a bit of silence, and then you all see on the roof of this wagon, there's a hole that opens, and out of it crawls a small, it looks like a little, I don't think any of you all would have seen one, really. It is a small rodent, but it looks like it is armored. Like it has these shelled plates that go back along its back, and it looks over the side and sees you all, looks at the rest, sees Braum at the door, looks back a little bit, and then goes back to the hole and jumps on in. And you hear from behind the door, basically, if y'all want to start a fight, this will end very quickly. Basically.
Well, at least we know we both agree on one thing. You gonna let us in or no?
I'll say I have a note from Malcor for him.
Basically, Malcor is one of the only people in this goddamn crag I can trust. If you know his name, I at least need to know who the hell he is. Basically. And the door unbolts. You hear several clunk, clunk, clunk bolts behind. And the door opens, and standing about 3 feet tall is a gnome. The gnome is dark in complexion, has mostly a bald head with goggles on it, a few wisps of gray hair from behind his ears, and beside him is this small rodent that, as you get a better look at it, seems to be constructed. It does not seem to be a living creature, but some sort of clockwork automaton. And standing in the door is this Merrick Two Gears, who looks up at you all and says, basically, y'all know about the job that I've been offering a bit. You coming to collect, or you coming to try to squeeze old Two Gears? Basically.
I just
Milo
hand him the
thumb-
note to start with.
While he's sending him the note, Milo's just gonna kind of like thumb, like his arms are crossed, looking at this gnome up and down. He just kind of thumbs over. Is like, for once, I'm not the shortest guy in the room.
Yeah, I don't think there need to be any squeezing.
I don't think he acknowledges that. He grabs the paper and walks into the wagon, and he kind of gestures for you all to come inside out of the snow.
I'll follow without hesitation.
Yeah, same. I mean, same.
Okay. You all walk in. You hear him say, do you all close the door behind you, or you leave it open?
I'll
Probably
close it
we're
on
used to
last
closing the
window.
door behind us in this snowy, barren hellscape.
Sure, yeah. You close the door, and he sits, and you see now, inside of this wagon, it is covered floor to wall with books and shelves and
Phew.
designs, and it is kind of like a definitely a study of some kind, but it is full of all kinds of menageries and small bottles and that are bolted to the walls, kind of like in case this thing started moving. Everything seems very well secured, but you notice that a lot of those things have not been touched in quite a bit. You see there are several papers, and you see there is a map of the crag on the wall next to him. And he sits in a small stool, but there are no seats for you.
Out of curiosity, as Milo, would I have any idea who this guy is or like what he represents, like from our conversations amongst ourselves as a group?
Amongst yourselves as a group, not really, but
Okay.
you can do a history check to see if you have heard of Mr. Two Gears.
Okay.
Seeing him and seeing everything around, you can see if you recognize him in your workings with the halflings.
Can I, as he's reading the note, as we walk past, do we notice anything on the map? Excuse me, that differs than our map currently? Anything like the bridge or anything like that appears?
Give me an investigation check. Well, Milo, what'd you get?
That was a 9.
9. You not really heard of him.
Okay.
Not heard of him. He
rolled
looks
a
very
Mr.
clearly
Merrick.
gnomish, but you've not heard of him specifically.
Mr. Merrick, do you mind if I sit?
He, mm, I don't think he answers that.
I'm gonna motion my hand at the ground.
He seems just like he's looking at the note and not anything else.
I'm gonna sit
I
down on
rolled
the
a
ground.
15 on the investigation.
As you sit down, you hear just kind of the floor creaking a bit, but it's fine. It doesn't give out beneath you or anything like that. Brom,
Mr.
as
Merrick,
you hold on real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Brom, as you look at that map, you do see an extra marking that is not on your current map. The map shows a little bit to the north, actually, of Leron, and a little bit to the east of Leron. You see a marking that says David Swamp. And you see an X to the west of that, but that is all that you see that is different than your normal map.
Sounds good, thank you.
Could I do like a quick perception to see if any of like the books or the knickknacks, or just like the stuff on the wall, sort of like interest me or what we're doing?
Perception check.
That's a 22.
22. You look around, you see there are a lot of things that look interesting, right? Like, you can see there are some old religious texts, right? But you see there's also quite a few books that are on just history in general. You see there's a couple of books that are more advanced studies of not demonology, but monstrosities, actually. Not not unholy things, but unnatural things. You see there's a lot of history books that are just look like they're spread out. And then you also see there is specifically a book that is open that looks like it is handwritten. And it is written in, because you read it, it looks like it is written in Orcish.
Oh, if it's in Orcish, then I'm reading it.
It is on a table near him, so you'd have to walk over there to like pick it up and read it. But he is standing on the far side of this wagon and is looking back at you all, and he turns and says, basically, y'all are here to help my bridge problem a little bit, basically, right?
Could you tell us a little bit more about the problem you're experiencing with the bridge?
Did you try turning it off and turning it on again?
Pete does not laugh at all, but he does look and say,
Milo's bugging up in the corner.
Yeah, probably.
Apelli's meta. You can let us know if there's like too many jokes, because I do take your story seriously. But
no, that's fine. You all have gotten to know each other quite a bit at this point, and you all are just kind of jibing and joking, and it's fine by you. But this person in particular does not seem easily amused.
Right.
Hoyga just doesn't understand that it was a joke.
I think also that
how you could turn off a bridge.
The difference between my voice and my character voice is this and this, so I can barely tell the difference.
That's fine.
So,
but
anyway.
he looks like he looks at the group of you all, and he says, basically, I have lost, and he kind of counts. 14 compatriots to the dangers of that bridge. They're all dead, and so I don't particularly find it amusing. Basically,
Were they from around? Were they from around here, or?
Basically, I hired several
from all over the
groups
Crag
of people.
Oh.
One of them was the Bronze Knights. They were the first to try their hand at it. I had a couple other troops of people that attempted to go through, and I've also had one scouting party who was the only one to give me any actual results. And he puts his hand on that journal that Vaga had noticed earlier. But then he looks at you all and says, "But they're all dead now, save one, basically."
How far did they make it, basically?
He looks at you very sternly when you say basically.
Oh, nothing gets past this guy. I'm sorry, nothing gets past this guy. That's my voice.
But he looks at you very sternly when you say that, and you can feel him starting to immediately not like you all.
Ugh, no more jokes.
And basically, only one team was able to ever see the bridge. You understand, kids? Only one has ever made it to actually see the thing and make it back. Everyone's died on the way there. From the lowliest of scouts to the top end bronze knights that money can buy. They're all dead. And I am not in a hurry to send more people to their deaths. And he puts the piece of paper down next to the journal and kind of looks away from you all.
Merrick, I truly appreciate the concern, but I don't think we have a choice. Merrick, tell me, do you fear the Dragonkin?
Basically, there ain't
Sorry, the
much.
Dragonborn.
He kind of looks. Basically, in my line of work since I've been here, ain't much outside of that swamp that I fear anymore, kid. Basically.
Well, we have, to be completely transparent, we have reason to believe that there may be one or many Dragonkin following us, and after the same goal.
Well, then basically they gonna die, like everybody else has. You best stay away from it.
What did they say the bridge looked like?
And he kind of looks.
From what he's saying, is the bridge in the swamp?
You would not know. Not yet, anyway. But
Okay,
he kind
so
of
Milo's
looks.
been playing with literally like he's that one guy that's fiddling with everything and almost knocking stuff over. That's what Milo's doing right now. But he wants to like insight check why this dude is so scared and why he's keeping something. Milo feels like there's something being hidden at this point. Could I do a check for that?
Like inside check to see what he's kind of how he's feeling right now.
Yeah,
Sure.
like if he's hiding something.
I mean, he clearly is, but you can try to see a little bit of the motivation behind it if you want.
Nope, I don't know nothing. That was a 7.
Yeah, you feel like he's just kind of being weird.
Okay. Look, Merrick. We understand your apprehension with sending people to their graves. No one wants that hanging over their head. My condolences to your people that you've lost. But we got to go take this thing out one way or the other. We got our own business that we need to do to handle this. Yo, Hog, just show it to him.
Yeah, and he'll just sort of like he's already sitting on the ground, but he'll sort of take it off his back, take the sheepskin, unroll it.
I quickly message Hog.
Yeah.
Not touch it physically. Keep your grip with the sheepskin. Or very bad things will happen.
Hog nods. I'm sorry, Joe. I almost didn't understand. You said what you said in character was to not just touch the sheepskin.
Yeah, just to like don't like physically
Don't
your
physically touch
hand
it.
to
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I think he's Hog has
Use the
been very
sheepskin
clear
as a
about it.
barrier.
Yep.
Have it.
Yeah. So
Hog,
I'll unroll it, and I don't think I'll say anything at that point.
Hog, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Does unrolling it touch it? All right. Well, I'll still roll. Just to be clear, if I'm rolling it, I still haven't touched it, and I'm still rolling.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
This is before you all unroll the sheepskin.
Oh, okay. Then I will roll that now, and that is a 12.
Okay. As you are sitting there, you as he mentions the sheepskin, Merrick kind of turns around and looks at you all, and then he looks.
Well, I didn't say that out loud. I said it as a
And
message.
a message.
I know, but
message
he
came.
began to go for the sheepskin, right? He hasn't opened it yet, but he did begin to go for it.
Yeah.
And Merrick turns to all of you and kind of looks like really intent. And you hear him say, basically, y'all are in some deep shit. Basically.
Yeah, you could say that. And the only way to get out of it is figuring out this bridge.
Merrick, I hope that you can be transparent with us, because if anyone has been sent to this bridge and not come back, I feel like we might be the last try.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sorry, I only heard the word check.
Persuasion. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Okay, yeah. That is a 10.
Is there anything in the room that is
Hold
dwarven?
on.
Yeah. Middle of the road. That's a ask again later on the Magic 8 Ball.
Right.
I think he looks at you all and says, basically, if I'm going to help you all, I need to know for sure what you all are dealing with. Give me the axe, boy.
At that, Hog will hesitate. Merrick, with all due respect, we've been entrusted with something that is clearly very, very beyond our control and very out of proportion. Thrown us into situations that, well, beyond life-threatening, might have effect on the population of the Crag. So, before I give you this relic, this key, I'm gonna need some proof that we can trust you.
He hops off the stool, walks over to you, and kind of like you're much bigger than he is, right? Like you're a very tall person, but he looks up at you without any.
He's still sitting on the ground, so he probably looks at me.
I mean, he still looks up at you. When you are sitting down, he's
Okay.
still looking up at you.
Yeah.
And he looks without any not a hint of worry or fear in his eyes. And he looks and he says, from what I just pulled from your brain, boy, y'all ain't got much of a choice. Basically.
And without a word, Hog grabs the sheepskin around the bottom of the axe and
and slides it a little forward, motions at it.
Okay.
Be careful.
He opens it a bit. He does not touch it, but he looks at it, and you see he very cautiously does not touch it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, yeah.
you see him wave his hand a bit, and his eyes begin to glow this soft crystal blue as he stares at the axe. Chi-Chi. And you see that small rodent, mechanical rodent, jump off the shelf and walk over and stand on top of the axe. And he casts another spell, and a spell goes. You see the eyes of the little rodent glow as he stands on top of it. And then something strange happens. In a moment, the little rodent begins to glow a purplish hue. And vapor begins to escape from the metal in its plates, and it begins to float in the air. You see Merrick actually raises an eyebrow at this, and you start to see lightning fire from the creature's eyes and crash into the sides of the room, knocking things down. I need you all to give me a quick dexterity saving throw.
18.
I got an
14.
18.
15.
14.
Okay, you all save. As these streaks of lightning start shooting out of this creature's eyes, Milo, do you recognize the color of that lightning? And Merrick waves his hand, and the creature altogether disappears. Basically, this thing is incredibly cursed, basically. And he kind of just stares at it.
And we are cursed for having to carry it. But what kind of curse? The thing is dwarven in nature, but was it the dwarves that cursed it?
And you see his eyes glow again. He doesn't, when he is focused on something, you notice very clearly that it's not like he is being rude, it's that he does not hear you at all, right? Okay. Whenever he is he focuses on basically one thing very intently at a time. And as he is staring at this axe, you see him cast another spell, and you see quietly under his breath he begins to read out words. And Milo, you recognize that he is able to read this thing. And he reads through the entirety of it, and he stops at the end where it says open. And it's like he's not, like you all are not even there as he's reading through this thing, and he's looking through and examining it. And after about...
By reading, do you mean that he's saying it out loud?
Yeah, he is. And he is translating it
Dwarvish?
into... he probably is going to actually say it out loud in Gnomish.
In Gnomish, okay.
But I don't know if any of you all speak Gnomish.
I wrote down what languages I speak. I have conversational Gnomish, so.
But yeah, you would recognize that he is saying then the bits of the poem that you all have come to know. The epic
and that's probably
tale.
all I can gather from it. Yeah,
but you do gather that he is reading it. And as he is going through, he stops and he says, basically, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think this has anything to do with the bridge. But I do think if y'all are strong enough to be carrying this thing around, y'all can probably help me. Basically.
So, I've got a question for you then. Do you recognize, being somebody that lives down here towards the southern end of the river,
Are you
what do
saying
you
that, or are you doing
recognize?
character voice if you're talking to him directly? Because
Yes,
that
that
way
was
I can
correct.
tell if you are talking to me outside of character or talking to him inside of character. Because those are two very different
That was to
brain
him.
cells I'm using.
That's fair, but that was to him.
That was to him. Okay. And you were saying, like, is there anything to the south?
I'm asking basically because he's from down here, he's from around here. I understand he recognizes Giant's Bridge. What else does he recognize as a landmark, as any sort of anything from the poem?
He will say there is a. Basically, the only thing around here that makes sense is mention the Giant's Bridge. And he points to, he doesn't touch it, but he points to a part of the axe. And he says, um, but most of all, till end of time, beware of Giant's Bridge. That's the same thing that my scouts found in Dwarvish, basically.
Wait. They found it where?
They found the bridge, kid.
But you said they found something in Dwarvish. Like, did they find another something else that had that writing on it, or did the bridge have the writing on it?
And he kind of leans back at this point. As you can see very clearly, he's considering how much he wants to tell you all. And then you see him. Basically, I think the thing you're looking for is farther south. You don't keep going. I don't think you need trouble with the bridge. Basically.
Can we ask you
Why
a
are
favor?
you so worried about the bridge?
Yeah, that's a big update.
Why? What is it about this bridge that you got you so locked onto it? I mean, clearly you read through the poem. It said, "Beware the giants of the bridge."
Yeah, it's
But
telling you the truth.
you've been throwing people at it like a waffle iron or something. Like, what's the deal with the bridge?
Like a waffle iron. Are waffles even a thing in the Crag? I bet you.
I don't know.
tried my best
if
to laugh
there-
out of character.
If there were waffles, the halflings would have them.
They would.
It would be the halflings who would have waffles.
Oh fuck yeah!
We are using a very rare resource of brass in order to make a waffle
Make
iron.
waffles.
But he kind of looks up at you as you say this, and he says, "Basically, I've been trying to find another way across the bridge since the war, kid. Having another way to cross from this side of Tormag to the other side of Tormag is a strategic advantage. And basically, it's been my job to find it. And since the war ended, I ain't had no much need to send people out there no more. Basically.
I understand that that danger and relevance do not necessarily go hand in hand, but
Respectfully, you do not
If-
understand the danger.
I just because this thing is dangerous doesn't mean it's important, is what I'm saying. But it seems as if you're saying that the bridge is not our primary concern. Does that mean we should skip it, or does that mean we need to pass over it in order to get to where you seem to be directing us, somewhere else?
He kind of like strokes his beard. I don't really know.
Well,
be honest, I don't rightly know why y'all are looking to find whatever this key goes to anyway. And he kind of looks back to his table and begins kind of fiddling with something on the desk.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. How do you guys feel? I don't want to metagame too much, but do you guys want to keep talking? Do you think, is there anything else that can help us now?
I don't think there's anything else. I mean, shy of. You know what? Give me 1 second.
I'm going to ask him, do you know Calatrax?
Yeah, I know the bitch.
She's
And,
chased us
in
with an
character.
army of bronze knights.
She coming after you all?
Yeah,
She-
pretty much.
It
In
would seem
search
that
of the
way.
axe.
This kind of bullshit is right up her alley.
Now, why would she want it?
Dwarven magic is full of undeath. Basically, she's got a fetish for that shit. Basically.
Well, I'm not here to king shame, but I feel like we really need to keep it away from her. And we don't have many leads, so
Would you have any way of helping us mislead or misguide her moving forward? Maybe sending her to the Giant's Bridge to meet her demise?
He kind of looks. I wonder if he knows.
Knows about what?
Yeah, I think he says, this is tricky.
he says that, or that's
No, this is me. I'm sorry, I'm out of character.
Okay.
Yeah, he would probably
Because
know.
it doesn't say basically before and after everything he said.
I mean, yeah, so you would know it was him talking. He looks, I guess
Right.
he, yeah, I think he would say it. Basically, that's one of the reasons they wanted to find the bridge. That bitch been using it for years.
Wait. So you're telling me that whatever's on this bridge that keeps killing your people, she's able to control it?
At least not get killed by it. On this side of the bridge, it's something big, protects them. We had a couple incursions against it. Like I said, we hired some bronze knights to try to take it out, but
What is it?
he kind of leans towards you a bit, Milo, and he's sitting on his stool now, so he's taller than you. So he leans a little bit over towards you.
he both literally and figuratively leans into it.
Right.
Basically, it's a frost troll. Call itself the David.
You know,
shit.
just a frost troll. Great. Milo throws his hands up and walks towards the door and just like posts up against the wall. Great, just a frost troll. No biggie. You know. Yeah. Let's go die.
Pelicans, can I
told
do
you.
a roll
And he
just
kind
to know?
of leans back like, I told you. Go ahead. You said what? You want to do what?
Is there a roll that I can do to try to like learn, or like if I've come across that or know what that is that we're encountering?
Nature check.
David. What a strange name.
I rolled an 18 on the nature check.
Excellent. You would have heard of frost trolls. They are rare. very rare, actually. I think you all probably have only encountered them a few times in the Upper Riles. Frost trolls are descendants of giants, but a very weird um, sect, like a very weird diversion from what a normal giant would do. They are insanely dangerous, and usually they are not intelligent. So the fact that this one has named itself is something also that is scary. Um, you would also know that they are well known for their ability to heal very quickly. And they have very long claws that are covered in ice that are able to pierce through brass. That is probably why, when he says the brass knights did not survive, you would surmise that is very, very possible.
That checks out.
Yeah.
So I don't know this yet. But that was Brom's knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can share it with you all if he likes, but that's up to Brom.
All right, Merrick. I just real quick, just if you don't mind humoring me, is there anything else since you had the ability to read this just like I do? Is there anything else out of that passage that you feel can help us? I mean, clearly you said you're agreeing to beware the Giant's Bridge. It's a frost troll named David. We don't want to talk to the guy. Got that. Anything about it says beware the Golden Ridge and the eye that never blinks. I mean, any of that stuff ringing any bells with you?
Basically, no. Basically.
Well, and
If
Hogwarts
y'all
stands
got
up.
Calatrax on your tail, she's got quite a bit of a lead.
What do you mean she's got a lead? We're in ahead of her.
Calatrax can move across the bridge.
Yeah, but I mean, we're staying on this side. That wouldn't benefit us to go across.
No, probably not. But it means that she's probably a lot closer than y'all think.
Oh, she
would
could be on the
explain why
other
she
side
doesn't-
This
down
bridge
south
is
going
not
across.
physical.
So this bridge is. I'm just gonna say it like this bridge isn't our goal. It's her shortcut.
It's her
So,
shortcut to stop
yeah.
us.
Yeah, we just need to move faster. I think. No, you know what? I didn't say that in character, but I think Hogger would have said that. It's not our goal. It's her shortcut, basically. And I think Hogger's going to go to the door.
Eric, you said um, this has nothing to do with the bridge. So what does it have to do? Would it be the Northern Riles?
Well, basically, it looks like it's pointing south. But I think he will look at you all. I don't think he.
Hog
I
is
don't think he
essentially
will.
readying the action to leave. I think in character I've probably I feel like we've gotten as much as we can. We need to head south. Uh, Milo has shared with us his clue that he saw in his vision, and I think that's probably our best bet. I think our real goal would be wherever that thing might have fallen. We know we're looking for a mine of some sort, a cavernous sort of place where all this stuff is held that might, the possession of which might determine the fate of the crag. and clearly she's after it too. She wants to cross the bridge, and beat us to it, or at least get to us and then stop us from getting to it. So, um, if we're to find it, like if we're 4 people and we find it, what are we gonna do about it? You know, it's like Nick Cage when he found the national treasure. That's
Right.
like, a room full of gold, but can he move it? I don't know. Should we be like hiring an army, or should we be telling more people? We're in an orc town, right?
You see a lot of the tents are orcish, but it does look
Orcish
like there's
design.
quite a few other people here because like Bruhin lives here too, so
Right.
it's still a mix. It looks like, and
Should we be
Whatever
telling?
we find, seek to destroy it. It is of demon heritage, necromantic, blasphemous work.
In your best, Baga, in your best judgment,
are you all
is
still
that-
in the wagon?
Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't know. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say this in the wagon. Oh,
We're still. I mean, as of right now, we're still.
Or again, then never mind. I don't know.
if I'm still in the wagon, I won't say anything else. But I will talk to him once we get outside.
I'll ask him if we're still in the wagon. I want to ask him if he has any sort of explosive devices that we can get from him to try to help. I maybe can try to convince him that it's for the greater good for him to help us, kind of a thing.
He reaches around one of his shelves, and I don't even think you'll need to roll for it. He kind of looks at you, Brom, and he says, basically, this is for people who actually know magic and don't have someone else doing all the heavy lifting. You know how to read magic, boy.
As in, just to clarify between me and the DM, we're talking any sort of Arcana check kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think because you are, your magic is learned, right? It is not
Correct.
so. I think you, out of everyone, is the only one who reads magic, really.
Perfect. Then yes.
He will reach into the side of his what's it called? His shelf and pull out, I think, yeah, I think he will just give you one. And he hands a scroll to you that is wrapped up and sealed on both ends. Basically, this might help in case y'all get in a bit of trouble and have to cook you some bronze knights.
Is this something to open only then, or can I open this at any point to read it?
As you take it, you can look at it. It looks like it is sealed, but it is written upon in Draconic. You recognize it as saying Scroll of Fireball.
Okay, do I know based off of that? So, I guess between me and the DM again then, if I read that, will that teach me the spell? Will I be able to cast that then based off of I've learned it kind of a thing?
No, it is a one-time use item.
Okay.
And it will allow you to cast the spell Fireball if you roll a DC 13 or higher Arcana check.
Good to know.
If
All right.
you fail, the spell burns up and it is not used.
Perfect.
No, you know what? And I'm going to turn around and then look at Merrick. It is clearly not only in our best interest, but yours as well, that if Calatrax comes here, or past here, looking for something that might decide the fate of the Crag, that you pick the right side. Which side are you on, Merrick?
He kind of looks up at you. Basically, I'm on my side. I've lived a long time like that, and I intend to keep it that way. boy.
Well, man, if you decide that you care about anyone other than yourself, you might do well to alert the people of this village that danger is afoot. And then I'm gonna leave.
Pilgrim exits.
So, I want to try something.
Okay.
Can I do a stealth check for Izzy to keep her in the building as we leave to watch for a little while? I don't want her to move. I just want her to kind of watch and listen to him for a little bit after we're gone. And then, like, as she communicates, once we get about 100 feet away, like right at the edge of me no longer being able to communicate with her telepathically, I want to just, like, bamf her back over to me.
Sure. Give me a stealth check for Izzy.
Stealth check for Izzy. That is a 15.
Okay. She thinks she's pretty well hid.
Okay, it's only on perception. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Okay. And then I'll walk out with, so I'll say my buys and then walk out.
Okay.
I appreciate the information. We all do, which is a little tense, if you know why. So.
Don't die out there. Reckoning.
I stop mid-step. I about face. Huh?
He kind of leans over. Big guy seems to know a lot about all of y'all.
What big guy?
He kind of points towards Hulk, who's standing outside.
Oh, he read his mind earlier. Gotcha. I was just like, well, I appreciate it. And if anybody, needs to die, feel free to drop me a line. And I just walk out. Kind of wave and walk out.
Raka?
Everyone else is out.
Brahm is still in there with you.
I'm still okay.
I go over to Merrick. You will happen to have a crystal that could capture the spirit.
He kind of raises an eyebrow.
I fear where we are going, we will need to perhaps bind something.
He kind of leans back a bit. Basically, if you're trying to bind undead to something, kid, you don't need a lot more than a crystal.
Educate me.
Basically, the crystal is just focus. You got an arcane focus, I imagine?
Don't reply.
Hmm?
Don't reply.
Based on the crazy shit he's seen you do. I bet you got a pretty I don't know how he's gonna say it, but he's gonna be like, you got a strong connection to somebody who's looking after you. Somebody pretty big. I couldn't figure out though what you're doing all the way up here.
Do you have information that could help or no?
If you're trying to bind a ghost, you're gonna be giving up something of yourself. It's the only way it works. Remember that.
Very well. I doubt, I guess.
He bows.
Unless he has something else to say.
Nah, married 2 years don't talk much.
I'm out.
Brom, you're the only one left.
Yeah, I'll just extend a hand and say, on behalf of Malcor and myself, thank you.
He reaches out and he holds your hand, and when he grips your hand, the strength in his hand is a lot more than you would expect from someone his size. And he grips it tightly, and he says, if y'all do ever end up having to cross that bridge, you stop by here before you head out. Alright, boy?
Appreciate it. And I'll turn and follow the rest of the group.
Hey, let's go. And as you step out, the door closes behind you and locks.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
Did he follow me? Can I tell if that's like just what he has, like just how he has his house set up kind of a thing, or?
Well, as you stepped out, you felt the door close behind you. Not sure how it closed, but it does close. I don't know what you're looking for exactly.
It's fine. That's enough.
Hog, did you want to say something to me? Because I don't remember what the context was.
Well, before we do that,
No, I honestly
really
don't remember
quick,
either.
I want to do one thing to kind of wrap this scene up nicely. You all walk away from the place just to make sure you're not overheard as you all decide to discuss what your next move is. But as you start walking away, Milo, you are able to see through Izzy's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And you see as you all leave and the door closes, you see him immediately exhale. And you see him lean over that journal in front of him and start crying.
What could I don't know if it's possible, because she feels emotional stuff. Is there any she can glean from him and still remain hidden?
You would feel that he genuinely feels relief and is very happy you all did not decide to go to the bridge. You feel the weight of someone who, for it looks like maybe 200 years, has had to watch people die. And you feel the weight of him not having to watch it again be lifted.
I kind of smile and then like snap my fingers and bamf Izzy out and back to my shoulder. Just kind of scratch her. Good girl. Good girl. I kind of keep that to myself for right now, though.
Sure. So you all march a little bit away. It is a small town. There's not much here, but you all are able to converse as you would like.
I lean over to Brom. Brom, what's on that scroll you received?
You guys all heard it, right? So I guess I'll just fill you in. It's a one-time use scroll for Fireball for me.
Can I see what's written on the scroll?
Yeah, you can look at it. It unrolls. It allows you to look at it. It's only when you try to read it and like cast it.
No,
that
so
it
what I'm
does
asking
something.
is, so I know that he speaks Dragonborn.
that he speaks Draconic. Didn't you say it was written in Draconic?
I believe so. Do you speak
You
Draconic?
did, yeah.
Sure don't. But
Okay.
you told me that I knew that, so I was just going with it.
You would recognize it because you understand the arcane language of magic, which is usually Draconic. So I don't think Brahm would have made the connection that the characters are Draconic characters. I think you would have just known them as the symbols that your brother taught you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's perfect.
If that's not something I immediately know, I would still ask in character, how do you speak Draconic? Or read, rather.
And I think that would be news to you.
Yeah, that's my observation here.
That's a good question.
Brahm, I think that would be a revelation, if nothing else. I don't think you would have made that connection before.
I don't think I do either, but I'm also trying to remember because I know stuff comes from what my brother taught me, but I'm trying to go back through my bio to. I didn't have anything written down on exactly what all he knew. So
Yep.
if you want to help me fill in these blanks, that'd be dope.
I would say
That's
that your
yes,
brother
and-
is the one who taught you magic, and it is a
Right.
learned art. He would have taught you the runes of magic, because that's how you currently are able to do what you do. However, he would not have told you that the runes he was teaching you was Draconic. And yet, it is the language of all arcane magic. That is not divine or natural magic. It is written and recorded in Draconic.
I relay that to Hogrum.
Man, like I heard what y'all said out of character super clearly, but I think in character I don't. I'll just nod. I don't think I know whether to trust that or not. But yeah, I won't say anything else in character. So
Yeah, but
Just to
Brahm,
clarify, I mean, what don't you trust of that?
the fact that I've been traveling with someone for a while, and then the Dragonborn seem to be the enemy, and suddenly I learned that he speaks Draconic.
I
And
don't.
asked
No,
him-
no, no. I don't speak it though,
Or-
right? Like I don't.
Right, I think
I think
I
at
don't
this
see
very
us
moment,
saying that in character.
Brahm is
without- yeah,
discovering that he knows how to read Draconic.
right, right. No, like what I'm saying is I totally get it in meta. Like it totally makes sense. But like in character, I feel like what I've observed makes me feel like you
The hatred that he
read-
has for it. Why can you read it?
Yeah, why can you read Draconic? And you gave me a
Mhm.
reason, and I don't think I believe that reason. But I don't say anything in character, so.
Does your character want to roll against me?
No. And again, a bit meta. Like it's not a challenge. I'm just narrating
Yeah.
the result
It's
of
fine.
our.
No, I get that. I was
No,
just saying,
that's-
like, to feel
Yeah,
like.
I think I'll leave it at that. I think I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
But Brahm, I do want to say, like, that is something that you would probably almost find offensive. If someone said, "Oh, do you speak Draconic?" and you're like, "No, this is magic." So let's back
No.
up a bit. Now that we know all the stuff, I want to actually just play it out. And in character, I want you all to talk to each other. And I want to start by when Trevor just says, "Do you speak Draconic?" And I want to go from there. Because I feel like this conversation is a one that
Gonna
you
be
all should
fun.
have in character.
How can you read Draconic?
Because I had just asked you what's on the scroll. You told me, sort of matter of factly,
Yeah.
and I asked you that.
I don't. This is just magic. That's just what it is.
No.
Why
no,
would I
no.
learn filth?
It's
You
written
definitely-
in Draconic.
You definitely read Draconic, man. Sorry. That's Draconic.
No,
Even
that's
Izzy
just
can read it.
The magical symbol.
No. Izzy can read it. She can read Draconic. And then I want Izzy to like look at him and like convey exactly what's on that paper to him.
Izzy doesn't use words, but
Well, yeah, like
she would more so actually probably at this point. She kind of relays like a additional agreement of just like the emotion of like, yeah, buddy, sorry, but yeah.
start right on your parade.
Okay, in that case, does Izzy then reciprocate and feel how I receive that news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then she lets Milo know how that affects me.
I don't know if she does. I think she kind of just crunches down at that,
She like
like kind
cringes.
of a wave of not only like rage but confusion that kind of comes off of you, and she kind of just hunkers down and hides inside of Hog's back like shirt pocket.
Hmm.
I have 5 back shirt pockets.
Yeah, sure. Back shirt pocket. No, just kind of nestles in under his coat and like hides from Brahm because the emotion coming off of Brahm is so potent, I would say, and very,
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna shut down hardcore then. That's something that I've based like a lot of my life on, right? Like that's you guys have
Right.
seen it. For example, yeah, I'm just gonna shut down hardcore to that and refuse to communicate until further notice.
yeah.
That's not great.
Wow, yeah, it's hard as someone who is like almost over communicative and emotional in real life to play a character who would also shut down and choose to not speak. Um,
I'm gonna look at both of them, like back and forth with my arms crossed, just kind of like debating what to do. And I see Izzy crouch, like she crouched back in,
Mm-hmm.
knowing her. I'm going to assume that. I mean, I'm looking at him. I know he's got, what I'm saying, he's confusion. Pretty
Yeah.
sure I can see the confusion in place. So Milo will just be like, "Look, I feel like that was a lot for everybody. We do need to start heading south, but just as an FYI for everyone, no one is bad for knowing how to read Draconic. All magic is written in Draconic. Unless it's, and I'll do the explanation for like, unless it's celestial or something like that, and just kind of like filling them in on that.
Wait, okay, this is an important question, Apelles, because I'm, as everyone know, it's not it's not secret that that Hog is a paladin that like I've used spells, I've done things with magic clearly. So would I also be reading Draconic? I'm a bit
No.
confused out of character.
That is divine magic.
Okay, just making sure.
Arcane magic is the magic of wizards, right? It is something that is studied and learned.
Right. Okay.
And the tongue of magic was passed on to the first wizards through the ancient dragons. And that is why all of magic is written in Draconic. Any arcane runes, that is Draconic language. The other sources of magic are divine and natural magics. Those are both written in Druidic or seldom written at all for its natural magics. And then prayers that are written either celestial, abyssal, or other different kinds of languages that connect to different kinds of extraplanar entities. So,
Okay, got it. That's good. Then that doesn't change anything that I just did.
correct.
So.
Yeah, no, that's completely accurate.
And that would have been what Milo's expressing to them, even though they both shut down hardcore.
Yeah.
He's just like trying to be like,
I mean, that's kind of what all magic kind of does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in
I'll-
and out of character, I guess I'm kind of moving on. Like I don't have anything else to decide at this point.
Okay.
I'll even chime in. Vago holds out, sort of takes out his medallion, and actually takes it off, and goes over to Brahm. No, that's magic that I use comes from my god, as it does with Holgrim. But you see, and I show him the medallion, and on it you can see sort of this depiction of a sun, then around it this sort of golden dragon figure. Not all of the dragons in this world are evil. There are many good forces, good dragons. The second kin of this place, Crag, were born of something evil. Had to overcome that. Some have succumbed. This Calatrax, a bitch, as you say. Dragons, magic is comes from them. Does not reflect on you. The magic was created by a good or a bad dragon. It is the user of that magic. The nature of the magic itself determines whether or not its user can act with honor. You
This I understand.
done so.
I do not know
Back.
what to make of Brahm's reaction, but I trust that we're still on the same side.
I just kind of nod my head. Yeah.
Hog,
come on.
Hog does keep walking though. Actually, at Meadow, where are we walking to?
Is there?
finding
I
up
was
with the
gonna.
rest,
Is
or-
there a store? Is there a general store?
Let me check.
Okay, that's where I would have been heading because I know we want to pick up some more supplies for camping.
Yeah, for sure.
On the way.
Also, we've arrived at this. We arrived here. I'm assuming at sort of closer to the end of a day rather than the start of a day. So, like, I'm assuming we're resting here before we head on.
Correct.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. I guess we'll.
You would notice this town, like Almanac, does not have any inns or places to stay. You all will be in your tents, but you do find there is a store, and I will share that with you. It is more like a trading post, I would say, that just
Cool.
people who are passing through. And he's a guy. He kind of has just a little sign that is on the top of one of these kind of makeshift tents. This one also looks like it has not moved in a long time. And as you all walk in, you see, and I'm going to share with you, you see there is a guy who's standing there who is human. He is roughly 40 years old or so, and he is setting up. He has a couple things hanging from this tent, and you can see there's a second tent behind this tent, like a couple of them behind it, where you presume he stays and maybe some of his family members live. But you see that this tent itself is full of a bunch of different supplies and items, and there's not a lot, but there is stuff here in case you all would like it. He does have some rations for sale as well. I don't think I lifted them on the thing, but he does have some rations as well if you all would like to buy them.
I was gonna ask about
How
wood.
many days have we been traveling?
This has been your fourth. It's about to be your fourth night.
We've also we got wolf meat. That's something.
You all did get wolf meat and wolf skins. So
Are we trading that?
you could if you wanted to. He's standing there in front of you as you all walk into his little hut.
Oh no, I was sorry. I was just asking because I figured we would have had this conversation during the walk.
Yeah,
as far as
if
like
you all
the
would
winter
like
wolf,
to trade them, yeah.
because I know we each have a wolf fur, and then the winter wolf fur was the big thick one. Did we want to get rid of that, or did we want to keep that and have it turned into something?
I think we turn that in now. If we want something.
I'm game.
Oh, how much is that going to give us?
Well, each of us got a portion of that, right? It was big enough that each of us took a quote unquote I guess ration.
Well, I know there was actually 4 wolf furs from the smaller one, so we each got a wolf fur.
Right, and I get
And
mine.
then I didn't know if we kept the big one together or if we split it.
I think you all split all of the meat amongst everyone.
We
And I
did.
know Trevor's plan was to cache purify food and water in the morning. So
Oh,
that
yes. Thank you for reminding me.
yeah, so his piece of meat had been purified,
Mhm.
but you all took basically two rations apiece. I think that's what we ended up saying.
Correct.
Like everybody got two additional rations for this fight that you all had,
Mm-hmm.
and you had ended up, you're right, with four coats, and then the one big pelt.
Right.
So you all have four wolf. You have basically five wolf pelts, as well as the rations you all have pulled off of it. So you all can sell those pelts. You have not split the pelts in any way. They're more valuable as whole items, but
Okay.
you all can sell them if you want. But you'd have to walk into this guy and do it if you want to do that.
I'm gonna sell my one wolf pelt. Do we want to sell the big one as a whole?
It's Pellies, is there any way I could tell that because we got winter clothes as an item that gives us advantage on cold checks, etc.
Mhm.
Could I look at this pelt and know if it could be crafted into something better, or would I be better off sort of just giving it to the market?
You, I don't know. I think that's a choice you would have to make. You don't. I would say you wouldn't know for sure if there would be a craftsman who can make it into something better than warm winter clothes. I would say right now,
In all honesty, well, yeah,
do
I
all
mean
of
it's
you
already
have winter clothes already?
No,
yeah, it's
I do
do.
not.
oh
Because you know right now, if you just have this and you're sleeping with this thing at night, it will count as winter clothes to give you all advantage versus cold checks if you're trying to
well,
sleep without
well
fire.
then I think the first thing I would do, I don't think I'm going to try and craft anything better from it because I'm already getting advantage on cold checks. I think that translates to in character, me knowing that I'm already warm. So I would give. I think I would give my like. Does Vaga already have a wolf skin as well?
Yeah, the
We
wolf
all got one.
skins are normal. They do not give you any advantages. The winter wolf
It's the
skin
big
is what
thick
will
one.
give you advantage. So you only got one from that fight that will give you
Oh well,
extra
then I
advantage.
think I would suggest openly that that Vaga invests in vesting.
So I
this
assume
skin.
Vaga doesn't have winter
Okay.
clothes then right now, right?
Currently, Vaga does not. He does not have winter
Okay,
clothes.
then he
Does
needs to
everyone
keep that,
else
yeah.
have winter clothes besides Vaga?
I do.
I do as well.
Brom?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so then give that to
Yep.
him then.
Great, good choice.
Okay.
So I should just have in my inventory like winter wolf hide. I just sleep and I like trance with that around me.
Yeah, basically.
Have it on at night.
So
Okay.
that way, if you all decide to sleep at night without a fire, then you will be
Right.
you will be able to roll your Constitution check versus the cold with advantage.
Okay, cool. Um,
Who has the firewood? Because I just realized that I only had the one that I used the first day, and that was it.
I think we all had a little bit, and we decided who used them per day. Although we
Right.
only really role played out 2 different days, 2 different nights out of what was it? How many nights did we travel, Pellies?
There's 3
4.
nights, but
Or
on
3.
one of the nights, I don't think anything happened. So you
Okay,
all are about to
so-
hit your 4th night.
So great. Yeah, I think in that sense we'll just all each have used a little bit of our firewood. Do we use all of our firewood per night? Do we have
That
more than
one
that?
use.
It'll be one.
It's not like a
use.
one used, right? A one use? Okay, then I
No,
think
I
we're out
mean,
of firewood.
however many uses you had on you. I don't know how many uses
Right.
everybody had.
Boy.
I know
Oh,
I
like,
only
I
had
have a
one.
ton. I have like 4. I had 5 originally, and I used 1.
Mhm.
So
Was
Okay.
this something that was in the explorers pack, or
No, you all bought some when you
No,
were in
we
the.
bought it.
oh, we bought it? Okay,
Yeah.
then in that case,
Yeah.
I probably forgot to write it down. Okay.
So DM, just to speed up this shopping trip,
Mhm.
I want to sell my normal wolf pelt. How much is that going to give me?
I will say a normal wolf pelt here would give you 50 crack hearts. So if you all want to sell your normal wolf pelts, 4 of them would total 200. So if you want, each of you could take
Give
50
me-
crag hearts for your wolf pelts as you sell them here.
I will essentially barter my pelt for a healer's kit.
Sure. Oh, this is great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and then a couple bear skins.
Water skins, okay.
Let's go ahead and sell mine for the 50.
Okay.
Same here.
Is everybody
I will as
selling
well.
their normal one? Okay, so go ahead and
Yeah,
just
normal
convert
one.
that to crag
And
hearts.
I don't know who had the big wolf pelt, but we give it to
Vaga.
Yeah, I think everybody
Yeah.
decided. Well, they hand it over to Vaga. So, Valga, you now have that in your inventory.
So we're down at. I'm gonna mark myself down at because I had bought 10 rations before. I'm gonna mark myself down at 6. But I would
right.
like to. How much are the rations here? I'm assuming they have
Rations
some.
here are 10 crag hearts apiece. So, you
10
all are
crag
not in a
hearts
major
apiece.
town. Food is
Meaning
scarce.
meaning they're more. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna buy. Yeah, I'm gonna buy back up to 9.
Okay.
So that's 30. So I'll mark that off.
Anyone else buying rations?
No, I'm actually good. I bought I was at 15 when I left the last city, so I'm down to 10 now.
Halflings
Damn,
gotta
son.
have second breakfast.
He needs less food than we do too.
Right. Well, I got Izzy, so she's eating off of it too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, there's nothing else that I have. I do know that I am also. I'm at 3. I've been keeping track of days, so just so you know, I've got 3 poison vials just for DM
Okay.
knowledge.
Sure.
Out
Vaga?
of
But
curiosity,
other than-
can I
Are you
take
buying-
a quick?
Hold on. First,
Sorry.
is anyone else buying food?
No, I'm not.
No.
No. Brom?
No, sir.
Okay. So food is taken care of. You bought an extra water skin. Go ahead and mark that off. But yeah, those are all set. So next
Okay.
up, is there anything else from the store you all would like to get?
We may need wood.
There is no wood here.
No wood. Okay.
I think we're okay on firewood.
Okay. So I have an issue. The fit because I didn't buy anything, right?
Okay.
If I take the 50 crag hearts, it's gonna put me over carrying capacity. So I'm actually gonna give my 50 to Vaga.
Sure. So minus 50. Well, don't minus 50 from you, but Vaga add another 50.
Sweet. Oh, thank you, my friend.
No problem. No problem. We gotta get rid of some of this stuff.
Shall take
You
this
bought a
off of
lot
your
of
medical
stuff.
bills.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I kind of owe you. I do have a little bit of a back. Yeah, you keep that. You keep that. We're not gonna turn around and start walking the other way.
Sure. Is there anything else that needs to be purchased from the store?
I do not believe so.
Mm-mm.
Not for me.
Vaga? Vaga?
We can. Oh no, we can keep going.
Okay, cool. So, at this point, you all are making camp, probably, and then you all can decide what you all
Oh.
would like to do from there at the camp.
Well, wait. Are we? Because we sort of established that it's almost nighttime here in
Yes.
Liron. I look over to Milo. Perhaps we should see if our new friend has room in his tent.
Yeah, he might be a little preoccupied. I mean, he did say he was going home to the wife. We can ask, but
Okay.
I'm just saying, knock with caution.
Yes. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you?
So we heading over.
So you all decide to make camp instead of
We wouldn't want to
interrupting a person who has
wouldn't want
watched
to
his
scar
entire
Vaga's
hunting troop
virgin eyes.
die before his hand. And yes, we don't want to scar Vaga. He's like a billion years old. He's seen a lot of stuff. Anyway,
Right.
you all head out to make camp.
There and back again.
I need to know if you all are using a fire or not. It is a blustery night. It seems like the winter wind is picking up by quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not coming from anyone else. I'll put it forward.
Fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you all are, there's like quite a few fires around tonight. So since you all are still near this kind of makeshift tent city, you're pretty sure it's not going to draw additional attention to you all to have a fire. So
Attention.
I'm going to also say, just for you all's sake, probably at this point, go ahead and fill your water skins back up to full, because you all have the ability to boil water here and boil the snow that is around you to make sure that it is drinkable. And I know somebody just bought an extra water skin, so at this point you can fill back up your water skins to full without having to worry about that.
Great.
Um,
Clap, clap, clap for editing.
full
I tell you, I have to pee so bad, dude.
Yes.
I'm gonna be right back.
I was actually, for all of us, I'm thinking we take our break here, if that's okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Are we still just going to 5? So just for like another 30 minutes, or?
I was thinking so, but you know, it's up to you all if you want to go for
No, that's
longer.
fine.
Yeah, I'm weirdly not sleepy. I don't know how I'll be in like a. I could go for longer. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can go
We
on
can
as
make
well.
up for
And we
how
had
terrible
a few
last session
technical.
was.
I think we have
Technical
at
issues.
least time for another like event.
Yeah.
So
It's all right.
Okay.
I'll
be
let
right
you all go ahead.
Sounds
We'll be
good.
back in 5.
How long are we taking? 5?
Hey, Phil, are we stopping this? Are we
Yes.
stopping it?
Do
Continue
stop
this
your
one?
Audacity recordings. We will resync back up when we get back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Pellies, are you there? For anyone?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't think
Okay.
anyone else is though. Oh,
Yeah.
I like his picture.
I was going to turn on my camera just to see if my voice changes again.
Oh yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah.
We've all. I'm assuming I have not stopped recording. I'm assuming everyone is still going as well. Damn, dude. I'm sorry, but still,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, all
It
right.
seems like it just might be like it's just today. It's like it's today, Sunday's
Yeah,
internet problem.
I don't have that problem with any of my other things. Like,
Oh yeah, and it's clear that the problem wasn't present any of the other weeks we've been playing. So,
yeah.
just be like a bad internet storm.
How are you doing?
I'm
It's
doing pretty
weird.
well.
I need to turn Silenscape off because I don't want to have a normal conversation with this creepy ass music.
Oh, you can. Yeah, just not to quit the application, but just
I put it all the way down. Yeah. Yeah, things are good.
Oh yeah, everything's pretty good, man. Yeah, actually, I was supposed to see Garth this weekend. But as usual, he's pretty busy with work, and we're always like, we
Yeah.
should see each other next weekend. Yeah, and then it comes, and I'm at the bar, and then we don't text. But that's no, there's no one to blame there. Just sort of like, hey, we're all busy, I guess.
Yeah.
Him with work and me with bars.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him recently. Is he like did they switch to online work like learning or something?
Online, you know what? No, because Taiwan is doing so well, man. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Having been in the past 2 months, spending most of that time in America and then coming back to Taiwan now, like it is crazy how safe it is here. People are,
Well, it's because
like I
you
said,
were hardcore quarantining, though, right? Like you were in a hard 14-day quarantine in your
I
apartment.
was in that quarantine because I came from America, but no one else went through that. Yeah,
Oh,
because I got off a plane, so they were like, "We're safe here, but we're not going to let you fuck that up. So stay in your room for 14 days."
that
So I
checks
stayed
out.
in my room for 15 days because they didn't count the first day. But yeah, I mean, I don't begrudge the government for that. I think it sucked, but it was necessary, and that's why they have the results they do. Only 7 deaths, from the virus so far in Taiwan.
That's great.
Like 400 cases and 7 deaths. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, to be fair, it's 23 million people. It's not 330 million like the States is, but still the percentage is great. But other than that, I mean, I've just mostly during the weekdays, I force myself to take classes online, most of which is YouTube. But I find we all like thank the Jeebus for Pirate Bay working in Taiwan, master classes, etc. But I can I'm doing lots of stuff with like film editing and stuff like that. I'm really so actually I it sort of dovetails with Apelles' sudden interest in Audacity and high-end microphones and stuff like that, because that's what I've really been into recently too. So I'm really enjoying this as a sort of excuse to practice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, what about you guys? What are you guys up to in the recent weeks?
Well, I finished up finals not too long ago.
Yeah,
a week or two ago. And it's been very nice. Actually, it was a week ago I finished. And
Hey guys.
but I started right back into classes. What's up, Pellies?
Hey, just real quick, I'm still doing stuff on my end, but I want to let y'all know the stream is still going, so don't say anything. I don't really know how to. Yeah, it's very good, but I don't know how to make it so you all's conversations are not being streamed. So I mean, just don't say anything crazy. But I'll be back here in a second, guys.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
I don't think.
Hey, teacher. I guess we can't talk.
It's not a knock against us, but I don't think our viewership is high enough for me to worry about my information getting out. But
Yeah.
if anyone is out there listening, then thanks for chilling with
I
us.
started taking summer classes. Whoa. Big,
Whoa.
They want to
big
know.
scoop here.
They need the information so they can track you down.
Yeah. Nice, Joe. And just an aside for my fans, I want to let
Right.
everyone.
LOL.
Well, but in all seriousness, so you finish your finals. Does that put you back at like more classes? You get a little break, or are you going into a work
Well,
thing?
I had a class. I have a taking a summer class during this sort of intersession period. But because the virus like staggered school back a week, I took my last final last Friday, then started my new class next morning at 8 a.m.
Oh, damn. No
It
rest
was
for
a
the
super
wicked.
quick turnaround. Yeah. But it was like a short thing though, so I only have like a few more Saturdays basically, and I can start. I picked up some work, like remote research that I can do. So that's how I'm gonna stay busy during the summer.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. Here comes the summer season.
Cool.
Nice.
We all got our summer bods.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
I say as
Straight out
someone
of
who's also
quarantine,
not. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes work to keep this bod up, man. Come on.
Yeah, dude.
straight out of Compton, straight out of quarantine. That's how we're rocking
Straight
this.
out of quarantine.
Mhm.
Man, I hit the gym 3 times a week and I go running 2 times a week, and I'm not bragging because after all that work, the food I eat has guaranteed that I've reached equilibrium. I've
Yep.
reached an
Hey, you're
unfortunate
maintaining.
equilibrium. I'm
That's
That's all you
important.
can
maintaining.
do. Exactly.
I'm maintaining a fun diet. That's what I'm doing.
I was
I
like,
usually lift
why do you
between
work
4
out
and
so
6
much?
days a week.
Because
So
I like to eat.
with the
Great,
quarantine,
dude. That's fucking awesome.
well, I haven't since March, and I've changed nothing else. So what that really means,
What that really means is you could kick the shit out of me.
yeah, we just nosedived all of our progress.
Woof.
Yeah, man, well, seriously, from when I was in the States and I was just in the house all day, like it is way harder to not eat, man. Oof.
Yeah.
Quarantine does not beget a sort of a regimen unless you. I don't know.
Not a super strong muscle vibe body. But hey guys, can I have, before we sync back up our audios and things like that, and in concept, I feel like I need to know how to make it so the stream does not shoot out our chat audio while
Right,
this is
probably for
happening.
the.
I probably should just deafen the Discord. That's what I should do. But then we can't test the audio beforehand. So I'm gonna have to work with that.
Well,
I'm gonna figure that out.
has anyone stopped recording, or we're still recording, right? Or
Well, I did want you all to stop
Audacity?
audio for Audacity
Oh, okay. Well, then
between
I will do
breaks,
it now then.
so we can do a stop. And I want you to save that first file, and then we're gonna start a new one, just because I want to make sure
Right.
that
Are you asking us to export it? I'm worried if I start exporting,
Yeah.
it'll be like a 2
you
hour.
don't have to export it.
So
You
we
can
need to-
save it as a project. For now,
Oh, then
we can do
start a new
exporting
project.
things later, but right now, just save it as a project, and then
Okay.
hit Control N and open up a new project and start it. Like
good.
I marked mine 6.1,
Okay.
and then 6.2.
Confirm. Stopping Audacity.
Yep. Also, before we jump back in and we get all resynced up here, I want to resync with Vaga only first. I would like
Okay.
everybody else to, if at all possible, please drop out of the chat. And
Okay, I'll drop
we
out
are
of
going
Discord.
to
Just
kick this
I'll
ball
be
back
watching for
off.
the Facebook text.
Yes, I will send it in Facebook and Discord.
Okay.
Want me to start recording now?
Go ahead and start recording now. Start audio. And then we will sync. We'll give a clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. All right. So at this point, I wanted to talk to you directly.
Okay.
You all are bedding down for the evening. I'm not entirely sure when we are going to jump back in, but I wanted to do this as you were sleeping or trancing through the night.
Yeah.
As you are trancing and kind of doing your prayers before you go to sleep, reconnecting to Ra, you
Mm.
hear an interference. At first, it feels like a whisper in the back of your head, but over time, it grows and grows and grows. And slowly, voices begin to fill your mind. They are whispers. You hear orcish voices, human voices, elvish voices, hundreds of voices. And they're all laughing or moaning or screaming or crying or talking intelligently, debating, or mumbling in drunken stumbles. It is a cacophony of voices until at one point you hear a deep orcish voice who says in orcish, Vaga. And as it says your name, you hear all the other voices cease and then repeat your name, Vaga.
Not. That is not name. I I'm my sort of like still in the trance, trying to
And
not.
you hear it continue. You. And the voices echo. You will not undo what you have done.
I will. I must.
You will die trying. And I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Was it 15?
15. Okay. You battle these voices throughout the night, and it is troubling to say the least. Throughout the entirety of your trance, these voices are interfering. And let me see here. You said you got a 15?
15, yes.
Excellent. You are able to get a long rest. And one other thing. Hold on.
I had a question for you as well, but you're done.
Go ahead.
I was a little confused when Merrick said we had a focus. I don't know if we established that we had one past or it was like the axe or something.
For you, it would be your divine focus. So
Oh,
usually
okay.
that is your holy symbol.
Okay.
Mm,
That was my question. I was like, oh, I need to get a crystal That was.
Actually, you have to roll with disadvantage.
Oh. Then I will do again. Just a throw. Well, my next one was a 21, so the 15
Okay.
works.
Then yeah, you're all set. You feel the pressure of it on you, but you manage to fight through the evening with no effect, and you are able to rest for the night. Um, yeah, that's it. We will bring the rest of them back on. Did you have any questions before we bring them on?
Um, I suppose not. I mean, I know. Could I have? Can I make an insight as to like why now? Why now I'm hearing these voices?
Sure.
It's an 18.
You feel there is. I will roll. Give me just a second.
Whoa, sorry.
You do not know.
Okay.
Sorry. But yeah. You wake up. And you all can. We can get everybody back in here and do our sound checks.
We good?
We're good.
How did we have our turn on camera? No. Ooh.
Welcome back, everyone. All right, we're gonna do a quick sound check, everybody. We're just gonna do a clap.
Were
sync
you
up.
and
Good.
and Joe still recording when you did that aside?
We recorded, yes, but we're gonna sync
Okay,
back
cool.
up to everybody now.
Cool. All right. So start recording again. Okay. Recording now.
Is everyone at this point doing their second Audacity recording?
Yeah, I made a separate file.
Was it
Awesome.
supposed to completely like close out of the first one?
You don't have to close out of it. You just have to save that one and start a new one.
So just to be clear,
I did
at least from what I understand, Audacity saves like when you're in Audacity and you go to File and you click Save, that's going to save it as a project. That's an Audacity file. It should be a .aup. Whenever you want, you can go back into that AUP file and you can click Export. And then when you export, that's your actual sound file. Right now, you can just save it as a project, and that's fine.
Correct.
So you can export both later, but for now, you should be in a separate project. Yeah, should be a second AUP file.
Yeah. And I would like for all of you to keep the AUP files for now as well, in case I want to do some editing or things beforehand.
Yeah.
So.
Are we good to start the clap?
Not sure. I'm waiting. Is everybody good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Raymond?
So for the record, I know this is the meme whenever we're counting down for anything, in any situation, but it's 1, 2, 3, and then clap on clap, right?
It's kind of 1, 2, 3 clap, and then like after I say clap, you clap. It's
But
not
then,
on clap.
No, clap on. We should. It's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and we clap. Like 4 is clap. I'm making it more complicated.
It's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I say 1, 2, 3 clap and then clap, and it's the 5 count on which we clap.
But then, how do we know when the? Okay, well, So we're really saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we clap on 5.
Technically.
Okay.
Because I get if I say clap, I'm saying the word and you all are not clapping. So there has to be a pause between
But if
me saying it.
if we know that it's coming at a specific rhythm, why don't we just do 1, 2, 3, 4 and clap on 4?
Because I would prefer to say 1, 2, 3, clap, and then you clap. It's the same thing, just an extra beat.
Okay.
So that we're clear.
I wish we were recording this because this is amazing. This is comedy gold.
Well, the stream is still recording it, so if anybody is watching us right now, they will see us. Because the stream, for some reason today, totally clear.
Hell yeah.
So.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's probably because nobody's doing video.
The true fans.
The video is not running right now, so I guess everybody is doing really well with their. Like, the stream is okay sending out audio to everyone. That is good to know. That means we could stream without video, and it would work just fine. That's what that means, guys. That means we could stream it as a podcast live without any video, and it would work just fine.
That's good.
That is very good to know.
And these streaming limits that we're experiencing, they're coming from your computer, correct?
Yeah,
just
basically, I think it's how good
it.
my internet is and its ability to take stuff in and ship stuff out, and my computer's ability to handle that all nonsense. So
it probably wouldn't be so much the computer as the internet, right?
It is both.
I see. Okay.
So about the clap.
Is Raymond back?
Doesn't seem so. I feel like it would have. So, you know what? I'm gonna stop recording until Raymond gets back.
Yeah, Sam.
That's fine.
And Kyle, you can click sort of your cursor on the waveforms. Oh, he is here. Okay. You can click on the waveforms and then on the top or the bottom one, either one, and press like Control A or
why don't you
like.
say something, Raymond?
Wait, I'm sorry. I was talking to Kyle. Yeah, Kyle, you're on a Mac, right? You just click Apple A to select all of it. It's going to select everything in the file. Just make sure you're in a separate file than the first one because you don't want to delete that. But you can, if you're in your new .aup file.
I'm definitely still on the 6.1 that I saved as.
The second one. Okay, yeah. As long as you're because I just deleted everything we recorded.
This is 6.1. How do you you just Control A and then hit delete? Oh, yep.
Yeah.
She gone.
Also, there's always the time marker above it
Nothing.
that shows you how long it is. So
I'll figure it out.
How you doing, Ray? Oh no.
Looks like his sound is not coming through. We're trying to fix it. Give me a second.
Hello?
Is that Raymond?
I do hear you now.
Should be me. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. All I did was a mic test, and then it started working again. Like, really? Like, I've been sitting there recording my own personal one. Like, I've been sitting there recording it while we were talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that womps. But hey, okay.
No, that's fine. I'm more so
We're
like,
good.
but we as long as we can hear you, it should be fine.
Okay.
All right, let's get back.
So about
to
that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clap.
Right? We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, clap, and then clap. Okay.
All right.
Let's just say 1, 2, 3, clap, and we'll clap on clap. As long as we know.
No, we're clapping
We can-
on the beat after clap.
Okay, as long as we anticipate. Okay.
This is
It's
why I'm just
literally 1,
silent.
2, 3, clap, then you clap. That's all.
That's it.
Yeah, clap after he says clap. That's all.
Let's
One-
try it.
1, 2, 3, clap. 1,
Okay,
2,
one more.
3, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. Cool. Oh no. Okay, guys, sorry. I think I stopped my recording after my conversation with Vog. I'm gonna start it back up again. What is going on? Hold on.
It was Varga's plan all along.
That's right.
Right.
I was
That's
the
why you-
big bad
that's why
evil
you-
guy. I am Orcus.
Orcus, right.
No.
That's why his voice was all robotic earlier. He was trying to hide the fact he was going to kill.
Oh
us
wait,
in
no.
sleep.
I actually have been recording the whole time. We're fine. Sorry.
So you just find the clap and then.
Yeah,
Go
we're
forward.
good. We're good.
30 seconds.
We're up on the same page. So, everybody ready to jump back in?
We
Sure.
are.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So you all set up camp. You boil your waters. You go into trances. You take your watches, and you rest. And you are concerned that you are close to your destination, but you have learned that someone may be closer. Or at least closer to you all than you would like. We will start by looking a little bit into the tent in which Holgram rests. You are bundled up inside of your nice, heavy, warm clothes, but you are awoken by a sense of, I would say, it feels like a pull, like a drive, like an energy that is pulling you towards your sheepskin patch that you have there. And I need to start the day with a wisdom saving throw from Holgram.
Uh-oh. All right.
Never good.
Yeah, it's not great. Over here. Click. Oh, that's not great.
What'd you get?
That is a 5.
That's a 5. 5's really low, buddy.
Yeah.
You
On a scale of 1 to 20, it's a 5.
you wake up holding the axe.
Oh, wow. It's just going to go straight.
Wow.
Okay.
Only thing worse would have been it's in somebody's
we're-
back.
we're clear that a 5 isn't a 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
You wake up holding the axe, and as your eyes open, you see that back part of the axe that is where Milo has described to you, where it says open, open, open. It is shuddering a little bit. Just small vibrations, as though the top has not popped off, but it's just shuddering a little bit. But that is all that happens as you wake up.
Okay. What do you mean by the top popped off?
I'm
What?
sorry.
Has not-
It would be the bottom of the axe. It would be at the
base
hilt,
of
at
the
the
handle?
bottom hilt handle, near the
Okay.
base of it.
Okay.
But that is how you wake up. Nothing terrible has happened as of yet.
I'll jump, startled,
Sure.
probably loudly, enough to wake people, but that's all I do. A rush to put it back in the sheepskin.
You go to try to put it down, and you feel like you really don't wanna. And then you hear, "Fix this."
Sorry, say again. I don't think the mic picked it up.
You hear the words, "Fix this."
Uh-oh.
Forever. and then you are able to put the axe down.
That was a spiritually gross experience.
Yeah.
And then I assume you quickly wrap it back up in the sheepskin.
Yep.
Yeah, you do that. But that's how the morning starts for you all. The day is yours. What would you like
Mondays,
to
am I right?
Right. I said we head out. I'm assuming we got to put as much ground as we can.
Does go.
do? Okay. So you all, not much for words in the morning, you all just continue to head south. And you try to hug a little bit more, if you can, the river Tormag, because you all are getting close to its base here. We are going to travel one more day. Shit.
Izzy, of course, is out on patrol as usual.
Fuck. Damn it. Well.
I don't like that. I don't like any of that.
You all
I don't like that you don't like that.
walk for roughly a day. And at this point, you can start seeing in the distance the base of the lower Riles.
Would we not see the top first? Oh, okay. We just see the base.
Yes,
That means
no.
we're
But yes,
closer.
you begin to see the lower Riles in the distance. As you are making your way farther and farther south, they just begin to crest on the horizon. But much sooner than that, you all see a collection of
Anime.
shrubs.
Okay.
It looks as though there are plants that have begun to grow from the ground in this area. They're
Quick
sparse
question.
at first, but as you continue forward, you see they look like small fern trees, almost. Not fern trees, pine trees, but they are very, very small. Like, they don't even come up to Milo's chest. They're short, little plants that seem to be popping up out of the ground, and it seems to be getting denser as you all are continuing south.
So Merrick mentioned swamp, which I don't think I nor my character had ever heard previously. Swamp would necessitate lots of plants and marshy stuff, right?
That is correct.
I feel this is like Swamp Town.
It is not
Population
marshy.
nuts. Okay.
The ground is still very much so frozen.
But still enough plants to be so as to be noteworthy. So
Yeah, if you want to look at the plants closer, you're more than welcome to. But that is
wouldn't
that is
hurt
what
to
you
do an
all see
investigation.
at a distance. I wanted to mention it before you got into it.
Got you. Question.
I
The river itself, do we see it coming to an end? Because I know we had a conversation earlier where somebody said something about the river ends. It's between the river ending and the foot of like the mountains actually being there. So are we also seeing the end of said river?
No, not as of yet. The river seems to still go on quite a ways. You're pretty sure it still winds down south towards the lower Riles, and you just are barely making out the lower Riles. Like, they're still maybe a day's travel away.
Or
Milo, is this another one of your groves?
no, I've never seen this one. I haven't been this far south. I mean, it could be something from Mesor. I mean, the mountains are right there. I know that aren't your people on the other side of the lower Riles?
I have come from the south, that I did not come from this side.
Ah, I don't know. Maybe I got nothing. I got nothing.
Does anyone want to investigate the shrubs or walk further into
You
it?
said they're away. You said they're a ways away still, right?
Yeah, they are a ways away. You haven't hit them as of yet, but you're starting to see them pop up sparse,
Can
and
I
then it
have
gets
Izzy go
denser
check
as you
them?
all keep going. Yeah, you can have
I'll
Izzy
check
check.
one.
No issues out.
And
They're
then
out
give
in
me a
front of
nature check and a perception check. Nature check for Braum, perception for Izzy.
Izzy. Perception.
Bram got a nat one. You know my shit.
15 and I
Nah,
have
look like
advantage.
shrubs.
14, so 15.
15. You would see this looks like a patch of growth that seems to be around the river here. You're not entirely sure what it means, but it looks like it grows big enough that if you wanted to circumvent it entirely, you would probably lose a day traveling around it. But
Okay.
so right now you can either go straight through or you can go around. It's up to you all.
Having traveled through the frozen wastes, I don't know if in character I would see any advantage to traveling purposefully outside of trees. So,
Especially not when they're not even taller than Milo.
Yeah, especially with
Right.
the information we have on them.
Seems like we keep going.
Seems sketchy according to Apollo's reaction, but in reality, I'd be like, sweet, some shade for some of the wind at least a little bit.
Well, no, it's
Yeah.
it's shorter than me, guys. There's
Right, but
there's
it's still gonna block some wind.
Like, oh, cool. We have some tinder for our firewood.
Like, yeah, it's shorter than Milo. He said it comes to my
Yeah.
chest.
They're very tall. I mean, very, very short.
I'd just say we push forward through them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick a few through. Keep it moving.
Milo, you would notice the further you go in, a couple of the trees get a little bit taller, but not by much. I think that roll was big enough to see that.
Okay.
So yeah, you all begin to march further in. Did anyone? Well, I know somebody checked the trees already, but you all begin to continue marching. And this path it takes quite a bit, and you all have traveled already a day's worth of travel. So as you all begin to enter, and it is snowy today. It's not blizzard, but it is still snowy. But you're pretty sure that you will need to rest inside of this grove of tiny shrubs.
So can we clear out a circle?
Sure.
That way because I don't want to start a forest fire, quote unquote.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of a forest fire, but
Right.
like a shrub fire,
A
brush
fire.
fire.
There you go, brush fire. Yeah, just enough to where we don't set the entire thing ablaze when we if we set up for camp.
Okay. Do you
Are they
all
that
set a
close
fire
together? Is
tonight?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Okay. Who is keeping track of firewood?
I used mine last time, so
I don't have any.
You don't have.
you know what, I forgot what you said earlier. I know that we all bought some, and I think that was the only thing I didn't write down.
You brought some around the Bridge of Bouts. There was none available at
I'll use one. That's fine.
Leron. Okay. And you all did use firewood for the night that you stayed in Leron. So this is, I guess that's that firewood that you used.
Yeah.
Right now, are you all
The
going to
Vaga's
use
gone, by the
your
way.
firewood? I know, I saw him disappear. Are you all going to use your firewood, or are you all going to use the wood from the trees around
Use
you?
the wood that's there.
Huh. That I hate metagaming, but that question is suspicious as fuck.
It is, really. But
Yeah.
are you all clearing out a section and using the firewood from the area around you, or are you going to use your own firewood?
I'm looking at my spells.
My
Someone else can
internet
make a
just
decision first.
my internet just straight up shut down. So what just happened? I missed. Are we are trees alive or something? What's going on?
No, I think
I think they
the
might
only
be.
the only thing that we said was we're making camp, and Apoda
Yeah.
said, "Do you use firewood?" And we said, "Yeah." And he says, "Do you use your own, or do you use from the trees around you?" And then we all went, and that's where
I
we are.
guess I'll do.
We just use our own.
That's fair. We brought it for a reason.
Yeah, I'd say we use our own.
Do you all clear any of the trees away? I think he said he was clearing trees away, right?
No.
I was just clear just so we don't start a fire and burn ourselves.
What are you using to chop trees?
I have something. Let's see here. I have a hand axe.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
So I use that and just kind of clear enough room to where we have a little circle that we don't, when we do light our fire, we don't mess anything up. I want to set my snare. I want to set a honey snare.
Okay.
Or just out around us. I don't know how big it is, so I'm just going to set it in a place around us. Doesn't matter where. That way, maybe we might catch something. Maybe we won't. Who knows?
What is your passive perception, Milo?
Passive perception is 10.
Cool. Yep, you go chopping away. You chop off a nice clear section for you all to make camp. And you all are able to do so.
Are there any animals in the area?
None that you've seen so far. Give me either survival or perception. So you can find tracks. I think finding tracks for animals is survival. Give me survival.
Okay. Excuse me. 15.
You look very closely, and you are confident that you do not find any tracks. And that is unnatural.
It's unnatural?
Yeah, it seems unnaturally barren of any tracks of any animals. You see no tracks of rabbits who would live in a small wooded area. You see no track of birds who may have landed or flown through. You see no tracks at all.
Nothing whatsoever. I do inform everyone of this. I tell Izzy to keep an eye out for any and everything. Her passive is 13, just so you know.
Sure.
And
I'll take that into account.
as I'm okay, so question. As I'm chopping down the trees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I find that I can, like, if I tried to grab it and like just yank it up like a carrot, will it come out?
No.
No.
It does not even budge at all if you try to pull it out.
So when I chop one, is it literally like a tiny tree?
Give me an investigation check or a nature check.
Okay. I guess I'm just trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Does it leave a stump? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll do investigation. Well, that's an 8.
Not really sure. It looks like it is a tree, right? It looks like a small pine tree of some kind, but it looks very well rooted to the ground, and you can chop off bits, but that's about it.
I'm gonna kneel down, and as people are sort of seeming to set up camp and make firewood and stuff, I'm going to hold my my token. I always forget what it's called. The necklace, and thank you. And I'm going to use Divine Sense to detect good and evil.
What's range on Divine Sense?
I'm sorry. I should click on it so it goes in the chat. Oops. It's not. It says 60 feet.
60.
60 feet. Yeah, it's not super far, but
No, that is good.
okay. Since anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. I'm just gonna sort of put my feelers out, my spiritual feelers, and see if there's anything bad afoot.
You get
around me.
undead.
That's not great. I'm gonna stand up and immediately sort of alert the group. There's sense the presence of something here.
You get one ping,
One ping, okay.
but it does not seem to be in one place. And it does not seem to the left or right of you. It seems down about 40 feet. And it seems to spread in all directions. As
We're
big
chopping
as
off his
your
fingers.
feelers went out, that is how
Yeah.
wide you feel this thing beneath you all.
This place is unholy. Something is beneath us. These trees, I don't know how far the roots go down, but I sense it is in our best interest to not disturb them. And what I know, like we're kind of like we're in it already, right? Like we're not gonna like keep hiking. That'd be like another day to get out of where we are, huh? So,
Well, and let's introduce some exhaustion rules. So,
okay.
you all did travel quite a bit to get in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It took a couple hours. You all could attempt to leave this space without resting tonight. If you did, you would be rolling versus exhaustion, constitution checks versus exhaustion. For each additional hour of travel, from Izzy's scan, it'd be about 3 hours.
That's a lot of checks to not get exhaustion.
It would be 3 exhaustion checks basically to be clear of this area.
Or we could have 3 points of exhaustion by the time we get out.
Or you could have 3 points of exhaustion by the time you get out. Or you can rest on top of the massive undead.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that both of those sound really shitty.
Well, welcome to the Crag.
So,
Question: can we do a short rest? And will that affect anything regarding exhaustion?
You all can do whatever you like, but no, it does not remove points of exhaustion.
Well, I guess I meant like prior to us moving forward. If we took a short rest, would it prolong? Like
I would say you would be able to cut off one of your 3 checks if you took a short rest.
Okay, I mean that's better than 3. 2's better than 3.
I would allow for that, but that means you all are stopping and resting here.
I agree with Milo that we may take a short rest, but keep your voices down.
Yeah,
And
I put
suggest
the axe up.
Yeah.
I like put the tree back on top of where it was, like I didn't cut it.
Give me a perception check.
Darn it.
I actually must have missed that earlier. I didn't know we were cutting down the trees. I thought we were using our own firewood.
Nah, he cut down trees.
I was clearing out a place to put the firewood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't burn everything. That's a 7.
It is. No, it goes just fine.
The tree's fine. I didn't touch it. It's good. So put this right back here.
I put my my finger to my lips. That's all I do.
Does anybody have turn undead?
Do you say
That's
that in
Milo.
character?
Yes, that's a character.
Yeah, are you saying that in
Do
character?
you have turn undead?
It's
Does
not a
anybody
thing.
have turn undead?
I'll nod.
Milo, you would not even know what that is.
Oh.
Right,
Get
right.
out of
Okay, well,
town.
does anybody have anything to fight undead? How about that?
I am in character nodding to what I assume you said in character. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And
I would like to, while we're
message
resting.
Milo, because we're trying to keep quiet. Like, if the undead come for you, get as close to me as you can.
Will do. Izzy's going to keep on lookout,
Sure.
but I'd like to prepare an Eldritch Blast if anything moves.
You cannot hold an Eldritch Blast and take a short rest.
Oh, darn it. Fine. Then we'll take the rest. I'll just.
So are we in agreement? Is everybody taking a short rest?
Yeah, we're in agreement for a short rest. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
I do still want to put out my trap, just randomly out in a circle around us, and then I have a net. It's probably only just for fishing, but I want to put a net on the opposite side of wherever I put the trap of
Sure.
us.
Go ahead and remove net and snare from your inventory.
Okay.
I'll make you a little lighter too.
Hey, fellas.
Yeah.
I'm going to mutter some words and tap myself, and then I'll message you what I cast.
Sure. Any other prep before you all begin this short rest?
Nah.
Yeah.
All my stuff lasts like 10 minutes, so no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone, please give me a very important perception check.
Should I roll for Izzy or myself?
Both.
Or just me? Both? Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 19.
21 for Izzy. 23, natural 20 for Izzy, because she had advantage on perception.
Sweet.
And myself is probably going to be like a 2. Let me see. Perception for me is 7.
Good work. I have to see something now. God fucking damn it.
Brom rolled a 14 on his perception.
Cool. Good for Braun. Okay. And I see that message, which is good. Let me see. No, that's not great. Hold on. I will say. Wait, I see Braum, I see Milo, I see Pseudo Dragon, I see Trevor.
I just got my internet back. Is it a perception check?
Yes.
Perception.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I got a 7.
Milo and Vaga, you do not really notice it. Trevor, you begin to feel it. Hogrum, as you're standing there, you hear a rumbling near where Milo chopped that tree. And it's a shake that seems to be coming up through the ice.
I'm gonna wake everyone the fuck up.
Izzy, you see Izzy, who usually is flying around. She lands near that tree.
Did you say I hear that as well, Apelles, with the 14 or no?
With the 14, you do also hear it, actually.
Oh, okay.
You feel it as well. But Izzy lands near the tree, and then Milo, you get such a deep, strong, emotional flood of dread and fear. And Izzy immediately takes off and flies south as fast as she can.
As soon as that happens, excuse me, everybody run now! And I just take off Bolden following her.
To the south? Isn't south
To the
further
south.
into?
Yeah.
You
Well,
all are
going.
in the middle of it right now, so
Yeah,
one way
we're
or
just
the other.
keep going.
All right, might as well go south. Yeah.
But that is the direction Izzy flies.
I'm following Izzy. And I just scream for everybody to run and take off.
And a lot of his poor bad luck, guys. I'm sorry, but it does sense you all there during your short rest. So you did
Wow.
not get to finish your short rest.
That's cool.
And out of the ground, you see like several, as the ground begins to break and crack beneath you all's feet. These tree tips are revealed to not be tips of trees. I mean, not to be shrubs, they are tips of trees. They are entire pine trees that are frozen in the ice that far down, to where just barely the tip of these pine trees are visible in the light. But the pine trees themselves begin to push upward out of the ground, and this this rolling mass of stone and trees begins to pull itself out of the earth. And there's just this deep rumbling and this unholy, garbled, like roar that echoes and reverberates throughout the grove in which you all have found yourselves. And it is a wave of rock and stone and ice and trees that are just rolling towards you. The wave is roughly 13 feet tall, and it is as wide as like 2 or 3 houses. Like it's this massive wave that is coming out of the ground and rolling towards you.
Toward us
And,
in which direction?
huh?
Toward us in which direction?
Towards you all. You all are running south, so towards the south currently.
Oh, so it's like
So it's
behind us as
chasing
we're
us
running south,
behind.
Yes.
or is it coming against? Okay.
It
Gotcha.
seems to be chasing you all, and we're gonna just roll initiative. A lot of this one actually is gonna be more theater of the mind, but yeah, buddy, we're
Just
gonna
to be
roll
clear,
initiative.
I probably should finish by 6-ish. It's 5:30 right now.
Yeah, if you all get caught, it will end really quickly.
Okay, that's not great. I don't want to rush out of this, but it is 5:30 a.m. Let me roll.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be that long, but it is something we probably should resolve before we head out.
Okay. Oh, I need to click on my.
Brom rolled a 5 for initiative.
Cool.
I got
If you say 6 o'clock, I'm pretty sure we'll be done by 6, one way or the other.
Okay. 14 for initiative.
Sorry, I forgot to click on my
Mhm.
personage. Eight.
If you would like, you can drop yourselves onto the battle map, because we'll see how it looks. But There we go. Oh! Rolled pretty well. I'm going to say... Yeah, it's going to get one turn near you all, unfortunately. Yeah. It begins to run towards the group of you. Let's do this. And it's it up first. 5, 20, 25. It is right here. It does not have enough movement to get next to you all. But that is, are you within 10 feet? You are. He's going to attempt to hit Hog. And we will see something. Because I think if you all get out of range, this will be very different.
Just
Wait,
to be clear,
just to clarify, he's going to reach past me and hit Hog?
Sorry, no. Brom. It will hit Brom. I apologize.
That makes more sense.
Okay, and also you said we were running south. It seems like it's hitting us eastward.
Yes, my brain is thinking left to right. It would be, technically, he would be from up here, coming down.
And I realized by saying that, I put myself in the attack range, but,
Yep,
you know.
sure did.
But let it be known that
cardinal
Trevor
directions
cares about the
matter, and
details.
they are important.
Hog ain't no punk.
Hey, whatever tries to hit Hog, I'm going to block with Protection Fighter and give him disadvantage on his attack roll on Hog.
Sure. I think it will just try to slam attack you. And I think it can try to hit. It's got slams for both of you. So it'll give one to each of you. So Braum, basically you are taking both, right? That's a natural 20.
Jesus Christ.
14 bludgeoning damage.
No, it's disadvantage, so it's a 9.
No, he's attacking you directly, right?
I thought the first one was... that was his initiative. I don't know, I thought you said he was attacking Hog first.
But you said you interrupted it, right?
I used Protection Fighter, which means that I just give him disadvantage.
It gives him disadvantage.
So
I thought you were taking the attack for him.
Nah.
Ah, so no, it's a 9, which is a miss. That was lucky. So
That's way better.
Brom, you reach over immediately as this thing bursts out of this ground. One of the literal pine trees, it swings towards Hog, and you kind of just push more Hog out of the way as opposed to block the tree, but you get him out of the way and the tree crashes into the ground and splits it open. You all continue to it looks, I don't think it looks, actually it does not see, but it is going to try to kill Braum now. 22 to hit.
Is he getting advantage on these attacks on us, or why is he rolling twice?
It's getting advantage, but I just haven't set the setting yet. But I'm just going with the first one. But a 22.
Yeah, 22 hits me.
17 bludgeoning damage.
That's super dope.
Less than the crit.
Definitely hits me.
Which is weird. But no, you take 17 bludgeoning damage. This thing crashes into you all. But it is massive. It's an enormously large creature. But it is you all's turn. Do you turn to fight or do you run?
It's my turn first, right?
Yes, it is Hog first.
Well, then I with a rage begotten unto me by the very spirits themselves, I cast Turn the Unholy as an action. I rolls against my Wisdom saving throw DC 12.
Okay. What roll is he doing? Is it Charisma or Wisdom?
It must make a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to turn off that weird always roll with advantage thing. I don't know why it always defaults to that. But... Okay, Wisdom saving throw. Here we go, guys. Ha! Awesome.
Luck does exist.
So
Yes, it does.
the creature, like the energy in it, like rears back, and you see that it is beginning. The trees are not falling forward as much anymore. They're beginning to retreat backwards. But that is your action. Would you like to move?
As yeah, I'll move right the fuck southward. But in addition to that, I guess just like to animate the action as I'm pushed out of the way by Brahm. I stand back up and like my eyes sort of glow as I look back toward this thing. I stop very briefly in place and I make this action. And as this happens, as soon as my eyes stop glowing, I turn around and I scream toward everyone in front of me, "Run!" And then I start to run too. And I'll use I guess that was my action. So I don't know if I have a dash left, but I'm just gonna run as much as I can.
Yeah, you will move your 30 feet south. At this point, does everyone else run?
Yeah.
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 And is
get outta
anyone
here.
doing anything else but running? I guess is my next question.
If he gets within range of me, because I've got the shortest speed, if it happens to where he gets within range, at that point I will attack. But
Okay.
for right now, I'm just using everything I have to get the heck out of Dodge.
All right. So instead, we will do something very different.
Hey,
As this
fellas.
thing begins,
Oh.
yes, go ahead.
I want to run, but I want to position myself to stay within 5 feet. I know that I cast Long Strider, but I want to be within 5 feet of whoever the slowest person in the party is. So if the tree tries to attack them, I can continue to impose disadvantage. But if possible, I'd like to stay out of range. So like on the front side of them.
Yeah. So here's the trick. Here's the situation. This is becoming a chase. Okay. You all have quite a head start, but you have a 3-hour trek. All right. So Milo is going to be in the back. He is the slowest, unless somebody is going to try to carry him. He runs
we
at
got two big
25.
boys.
You have 2 big boys. You can try to carry him if you'd like. Whoever is carrying Milo will have to roll their Constitution check versus exhaustion at disadvantage. But Milo will not have to roll a Constitution check.
Guys, give me 1 second. Be right back.
I'll carry Milo.
Okay. Alternatively, you could cast. Well, you have Long Strider on yourself, so I would say you are with Long Strider and carrying Milo. You are very much so able to keep up with everyone else, right? There's no
I don't
lag
have to
at
roll.
all. And you all bolt running south. The ground is kind of breaking beneath you. These large chasms of ice are opening up beneath you all as you all are running, as it looks like it would crack open and there's going to be a fall about 30 or 40 feet down beneath you all. But it is treacherous, and it is just terrible as the trees begin coming out of the ground towards you.
All right, back.
Yeah, so I think Brahm is carrying Milo.
Gotcha.
And you all run. You got 3 runs that you all will need to make to get out of the Shambling Mounds Grove, basically. And you will need to start by just give me a Constitution saving throw. Brahm, you have to do so with disadvantage. Milo, you do not have to do so at all,
Okay.
because you're being
Should I-
carried.
Did I do one for Izzy?
I got a 19.
You will need to do one for Izzy, yes.
Okay. You said a con?
Yeah.
I realized we didn't specify which one Brahm is rolling first, but
Brahm rolls, I guess technically a nat 1 on his con saving throw.
That's terrible.
16 for Izzy.
Okay.
having rolled a 19, can I see, like, is it an instant where I notice that he's, or is it over time that I notice
You would
that he's,
just.
like, really...
I don't think you all will be able to tell right now. You're trying to not die, so you are
Sure.
not just so looking
Yeah,
at
that's fair.
everybody else's emotional state at the moment. You all are running for some time, and Brahm, I will need you to add 1 point of exhaustion.
Is that something I can add to my character sheet directly that'll influence my stuff, or no?
Probably not yet, but it will. You will basically get disadvantage on all ability checks and saves.
Okay,
Not
where is
saves,
there?
just ability checks. Sorry.
I guess is there an ideal place to keep track of something like this then, or just?
Not sure. It'd be up to you. I think you can put it under equipment maybe, or somewhere you could just add it. But I'm not sure. We'll have to look and see where exhaustion points are, because exhaustion for this game is a big part of it. So we'll have to look into that for real. Next, however, did you roll? Yeah, you rolled one for Izzy. Right now, the DC is just 10. So, Vaga, I think you also failed, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you also take 1 point of exhaustion. But everyone else seems to be okay. You all are making it down. I need everyone at this point to give me a dexterity saving throw.
And this is a disadvantage for me.
It is not yet.
Oh.
Saving throws you do not have disadvantage on yet.
Oh, sweet.
I rolled a 14.
Can I do that again?
Just roll it again, Vaga.
Okay.
Brom got a 15 on his dex saving throw.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Minute 20.
So what happens
Bolts.
is that the earth beneath you all, this ice, cracks suddenly in your path. And you all manage to jump and leap over it, but Milo, you fall off of Brom's back.
Oh no, that's sorry, that was for Izzy.
Izzy.
Do I need to roll one for Milo?
Yeah, you need to give me one.
Okay.
Izzy is fine. She's flying.
Okay. You said dex saving, right?
Yep.
9.
Yeah, you fall right off
That's
Brom's back. You're going to
Gotcha.
fall into this chasm that is opened up behind you all.
Can I try to
And-
dex save to grab him?
No. He falls, and I need him to take some damage, actually, as you fall down. It's
All right.
30 feet down. You will take 11 points of damage. Actually, I will roll it in here. Hold on. Just to be transparent. 9. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you crash into this chasm. And you all see Milo fall back into the pit. What do? We will keep initiative order, just to keep a little bit of semblance of realism to this. Hog, you see Milo fall down, and Hog, you look over and you see Milo is crashed onto the ground.
That's super bad. I'm looking at my actions real quick.
And you also are pretty sure your turn undead has worn off by now.
I mean, I'm
Because
assuming
y'all have been running for an hour.
like, can you describe visually, like, we clearly put it off to start, and then this happened. Where is it now?
You all, you would hear it. It is coming up, but it went like a minute running in the other direction. So you all had quite a big head start.
What you're saying is it's quite caught up, or
and you would see that it is close. It will probably get here soon, but you're not sure how soon. You probably, you wouldn't, unless you want to gauge the distance.
I have my sanctuary. Yeah, I'm gonna use that if it's within 30 feet of me. If Milo is within 30 feet of me.
He's just within range. You can cast sanctuary into that pit to have him sanctuary.
You said I can't.
You can.
I can.
You can.
Okay. And in that case, that's really all I can do. I'm going to mutter some holy words and absolutely do my very best to give him sanctuary. This wards him against attack, making anything that attacks him or uses a harmful spell against him must first make a wisdom saving throw.
Certainly. Yep. All right. Next up is Milo. You're 30 feet down.
I'm gonna climb. I've got like pittons and rope and stuff, so I'm just gonna try to climb straight up.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
If my mouse would work, that'd be great. All right, athletics. Oh, great. 12.
begin to climb, but it is, as you get about 10 feet up, it is slow going, and it is difficult to continue the climb. It's tough. And you're 20 feet up, but you have not been able to scale the entire wall yet.
And that's with movement and action. I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
It is ice that you are trying to climb.
Gotcha.
Brahm, but you have not fallen, which is good news.
Okay.
How? Because he just fell off of my back, correct? So
Yep.
I'm in theory right beside of him.
Yeah, but you look and he's in a chasm, 20
Yeah, no,
feet
that's
down,
fine.
trying to climb the wall.
Can I? Oh man, if I jump in, will I take damage if I'm purposefully sliding down the wall?
You might. It'll be an acrobatics check.
All right. What I would like to do is I would like to jump in. How much movement would that take for me?
To just step off a ledge, not much.
Okay. I would like to do that and use my shield to try to slow my descent.
Sure,
So you want an acrobatics check for that?
I do.
All right, acrobatics check. You've got me at a.
This is a check, and you're exhausted, so disadvantage.
Dope. We got a 5.
Cool. You leap off the side and kind of use your shield to try to take some of the brunt of the damage, but it gets caught on one of the sticks. And because of your attunement to it, it does not fly away, but you are unable to use it as something that will break the fall.
Okay.
And you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as you land on the ground. But that is like no movement. Are you unconscious?
I don't think. Yeah, I'm unconscious. That's not the biggest concern here anymore.
Yeah, so he leaps down and then collapses. Vaga, you're up.
Wow.
Whatever happened to hemp and rope?
I don't know. I don't know why you
I
wanted to
have it.
use rope.
I have hemp rope. I was waiting for my turn.
Right.
I
I
have
have one.
It's not like I didn't have a plan, guys. Okay.
I
just
know.
didn't roll high enough for it.
Didn't do well at all.
Oh, he's like, oh man, he's down a chasm. Like, cure wounds is,
Touch.
yeah, it's a touch. Oh my god. And I hear this thing coming at us.
Mm-hmm.
I like take out my rope. I like slam it into Hog's like chest. I'm like, get to them up. I will ward it away. And I like take out my holy symbol and I sort of prepare. I guess I hold my action for turn undead when it gets within 30 feet.
You would say it probably is not going to be close to you all in a few rounds.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's gonna take a bit for it to get here, but it is on the way. I would say it'd probably take, because I'm thinking turn undead, he runs max speed away for 10 rounds basically, and then it has to catch back up to you all. So it lost basically 20 rounds of movement speed.
Okay.
So you all have some time before it gets there.
All right.
Okay.
Then I guess I will sort of give it to Hog, or I guess I'll give my rope to Hog, and I sort of like, you look very heavy. You hold on. I will go down and get them. And I guess I'm going to, like, I peer over like, Milo, can you get him back up?
I will look down. I know it's not my turn, but just what I'm doing. I will look down. How far away am I from him?
He's 10 feet below you because you started climbing.
I started climbing. Yeah, I can get to him. I still have to wait
And
for
you
my
can-
turn, or are we still?
will.
like,
You can
You
wake
will
him back
definitely.
up then.
Vaga, what are you doing? Because we are in initiative order. There's a thing trying to kill you.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to, in character, ask Milo if he can res Brahm. But
No, I
essentially,
can't.
I'm just like getting the rope ready to like I'm throwing down the rope so that they can climb up.
Sure. You're very easily able to get the rope down to them and get the other hand into Hog's hand, so he is ready to help support them. And you kind of get the rope out and you pass it down there. I feel like that's not a whole action though, so you still have your movement in action. Is there anything else you want to try to do?
I mean, I don't really have anything that's useful for, because all my stuff is like touch things, and Brahms like I don't want to, because I have this event. I'm exhausted. I don't want to go down there.
Sure.
Well, this is meta, but I feel like it would be obvious in this situation. We're not going to get this rope around Brahm to pull him up. If he's unconscious, he's not going to climb up.
Okay, just to clarify here, right? I, in theory, just need somebody to stabilize me, so I pass my death saving throws, and I'm at 1 health point, right? Like, nobody needs to cure wounds me.
They do need to cure wounds you. Otherwise, if you're at 0 hit points, you gotta get up to 1. Right now, if they stabilize you, you are just starting a short rest.
That's where Milo comes in, because Milo's the only one down there to
Right.
tie a
That's
rope
down
around
there.
Brahm.
Exactly.
He could tie a rope around. Do you want to do that?
That's the goal, but I gotta wait.
Okay, so you get the rope down there. Hog, it is your turn. You can just hold your action and get ready to pull.
Well, before we fully transition turns and then like have like the no take backsies rule,
Sure.
Vaga, on his turn, are you? You gave the rope to one end of the rope to me. I've got a firm grip on it. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Like
and
as you do something, are you
well.
delaying?
Here's my question to Milo, like, because I'm asking Milo if he can do any kind of like
I
healing
have no
word
healing.
or something.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
and that's
no
why
heals.
I have no healing.
Oh, okay. Then that was a very important answer, because now I
Yeah.
have to go down there.
Well, not really. I can tie the rope around him, and you all can just drag him up and do it from up there. It's
Okay.
better than you coming down here into the pit.
All right, sure. Then yeah, I'm just gonna like just ready a help action for Hog.
Sounds good. Milo, your turn.
Question.
Yup.
Because it's Brahm.
Just to be clear, we skipped over my turn, right? Is that
You
what
said
happened?
you were holding your action to pull them up. Am I mistaken?
Cool. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, no, I got you there. You're good to go, and you will do so with advantage. You'll do athletics with advantage because Vaga is helping you.
All right, got it.
Because it's Hog or Brahm.
Oh,
If I give him gin, will he wake up?
you have no idea.
Okay, I don't want to risk it at this point.
Okay.
It's just, like I was just thinking, I'm like, if I give him gin, will it give him 1 hit point? Anyway, because it's him. I mean, I feel like that's a valid thing.
Sure.
So I will spend. Would it be an action or a bonus action to tie the rope around him?
If you want
Like
to
hop
climb,
down.
you may take a turn to climb back down, unless you jump. And if in that
I'll jump
case,
down.
you'll get a dexterity saving throw to not.
I'll jump down.
Okay.
All right, I'll do the dex save. Let's see here. There it is, saving throws. Sorry. $12.
Well, no, 12 is not enough. You make it down, but you're gonna take a point.
Okay,
That's
take a point of damage.
no, it's
Or how
1d6.
many?
Sorry. Still 5 points of damage.
5 points. Okay. So 5 points of damage.
And you
I could have survived 5, just to be clear.
probably, yeah. No, actually, you'd be right at 0.
Oh, damn it, you're right.
But you get over to him though. Regardless, you get to him and you can
Right.
wrap the rope around him.
Around
And
him.
if
And
you-
I'll kind of stand on him and yank the cord.
Sure. Yanks the cord. That triggers you all. Nope. Hawk, give me athletics check with advantage.
All right, here we go. Boop. Oh, I didn't roll advantage, but I guess I'll just
Yeah,
I'll
roll
roll
again.
again. so it's an 18.
18 is still
Awesome.
great. You manage to
Hey.
pull them out. It takes a little bit. It's not. It would not technically be one turn, but you do manage to pull them out of the hole and
is a
get
full
them
action.
to the top. Right, you do well enough to get them out of this pit trap. The earth is still crumbling and falling around you, but as soon as he gets up, Vaga, you are able to heal him if you would like.
I would, yes. I
Okay.
cure wounds.
Sure. Give me some rolls.
Going to click on this.
Excellent. 9
9.
points of healing. And then let's see.
So just
So,
to
Brom, go
clarify,
ahead
I'm
and
at
heal
-5.
yourself.
Do I go +4? Do I go +9? Just to
Plus
clarify.
9.
So I'll go plus.
So you're good there. But you all are back up, but you do hear this thing still coming for you. Anything else you all are doing before you head off again?
So who's right there by me?
Everyone
This
right
time,
now.
Everybody.
I'm going to pick up Milo.
Okay.
It's not my turn right now, but I guess just
No, that's fine. Yeah, you can do that. We're
yeah.
Does Vaga, do you want carried as well?
Carry Milo?
No. As in, I'm going to cast Long Stride on Hog, and we're going to haul ass faster than normal, and I will carry you.
I mean,
I don't
You.
think
can-
the same
I can-
thing would work for Vaga. Vaga is not the size of Milo.
like
Vaga's
I
a grown
run
adult
okay.
person.
Oh yeah, he's an elf. He's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vaga's-
Milo's tiny.
okay.
You can hold him.
Vaga's a
I'll
big help.
just cast it on Hog then, so that he can at least keep up with everyone
Sure.
while
Okay.
carrying someone.
That works. So Hog, that increases your movement speed by 10.
Okay.
But right now you're holding Milo, so it's back down to 30. But it would have
Cool.
been a penalty if you had not. So you all can run, because Milo has short legs, so you all can just kind of run
Great.
together. Milo, you don't have to roll for a Constitution check, but everyone else, please give me a Constitution saving throw as you continue to push through the brush, trying to dodge
Dude.
shards of ice that come out of the ground.
Do we still have to do it at disadvantage?
You are not at disadvantage for saves. It's just ability checks right now.
Izzy's con was a 5.
God,
I got a
fucking damn it.
17 then.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 12. I didn't read it out loud.
All right.
Got a 7.
7. Vaga, you are beginning to get winded, and I believe the second level of exhaustion is that your movement speed is reduced.
Yeah.
Yeah, speed is halved.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. You all have been running, sprinting for 2 hours now. And you all are still trying to make your way through these woods. And Vaga, you are a man of study and the cloth. This level of just physical sprinting is tiring to you, and you are beginning to, and the exhaustion is beginning to show. You all have
Cloth is
begun
not
to
super
slow a little
aerodynamic.
bit, but you do realize that your group, because of the long strider and coordination between you all are actually moving faster than the creature was. So you feel like while you may have to slow down for Vaga a bit, you all did gain additional lead out of this grove.
Hey,
When
I'm at
I,
least going to cast Long Strider as my third spell slot on Vaga as he starts slowing down as well,
Okay.
to at least get him back up to 25.
And I'm gonna
Okay.
do
I'm back up to
actually. I'm
30.
gonna cast Misty Step on myself, and I'm going to bamf out of Brom's hand and go 60 feet ahead of us to give him some extra speed to move, because that'll take away his disadvantage with the long strider.
Now,
So
Misty
Milo
Step's
was
not
around-
going to help with
Milo was
that.
in Hog's hand, but I think it
Or in
still
Hog,
does the same
yeah.
thing.
I don't think Misty Step's going to help with that. It just moves you a little bit farther ahead, and then he'll have to pick you up again for like 60
Right, but
feet.
that would give him, but that would take away his disadvantage for the round at least, to make him be able to get up the full. You know what I'm saying?
No, because you all are this check represents you all running for an hour.
Okay. Gotcha.
right? Like this is you all running in your endurance for that period of time.
Okay.
So to that effect, right now, Izzy is also getting tired.
Yes, it is.
I think Trevor, did you get a 12 on that?
I got a 12.
Yeah, Hog, you are starting to feel the exhaustion as well.
So that's level 1.
It's level 1 for you. And
And
then
Izzy got
Milo,
level
I need
1?
you to roll for yourself too.
Okay.
Brom, you're
Constitution
doing
save.
fine this time. You got a second wind. You're doing okay.
Well, it's about time that I decide to start being able to, pass my checks.
Excellent.
About
Milo, you're doing
21.
fine. But you actually, I forgot, that's why I didn't have you roll. You were being carried for most of it.
Yeah.
But it makes sense that Hog now carrying you is now tired.
Right.
But you all make it to the second leg, and at this point, yeah, there is more of these like jagged ice sickles that seem to burst out of the ground, and you see they are frozen trees that are being shot up out of the ground at you all. I need everyone to give me another dex save.
771. I'm at 1,400,000.
Brown
Oh,
technically
remember
got a
it.
23. I should turn my disadvantage off.
13.
I got a 7.
DC is 13.
And
Wait,
4 for Izzy.
Fellas, are you okay with me using my 23 there on that roll? I rolled
That's
with
fine, yeah.
disadvantage. It rolled a 23 first.
That's okay, yeah.
Also, Pelly's just as, to be clear,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I feel like Sanctuary only lasts like a minute, so I don't think that would still be in effect.
I think it lasts for 10, but it's still not in effect now.
Okay, no, just 1 minute. Oh well.
But yeah, you all, let's see, below a, that's most of y'all this time actually. It's a D6 plus 2.
I'm gonna die.
Ha ha!
Oh, nice.
So 3.
A 1.
So all of y'all take 3 points of piercing damage as these spikes come out of the ground.
Even if we pass the deck save?
If you pass the dex save, you would take half, so you take 1 point.
Oh, God. I don't like this.
But this is the last check. And you all actually, because of the speed and the long striders amongst you all are very much so keeping pace out of the way. And because you cast Long Strider on your friend Wagner here, his 25 movement speed is still faster than this thing. So you all are still ahead of it. Yeah, you all, at this point, I need you all to give me one last Constitution saving throw as you all begin to see the shrubs becoming more sparse.
That's a 19.
Yes. Oh.
Brom got a 12.
I got a 20 for me, not natural, and 6 for Izzy.
Okay. And I see...
You said the DC was 13?
Yeah, Brom,
So,
you do get another point of exhaustion.
Dope.
But at this point, there is one last chasm that opens up in front of you all that seems to be the edge of this grove. I need everyone to give me one last athletics check.
Fellas, am I at disadvantage on that, just to clarify here?
Yes, this is athletics check. So if you have any points of exhaustion at this point, you will need to roll with disadvantage.
Yikes.
Okay.
10
No, wait.
for Milo.
I got a 4.
Okay.
Milo, I don't think you have to roll because you're being carried.
Okay.
But
Brom got a
Sick.
9.
Oh, great.
cool.
Oh, whoa,
So-
that was a nat 1. Oh,
Nat
it's my
1
favorite.
crits.
It's my favorite number. It's a 1 plus
As
5.
you all are running
With
from
one.
this creature that is just barreling through these trees for limbs, crashing into the ground, still chasing you all, a bit far off, but still chasing you all. the ground cracks in this crescent shape in front of you, and you have no choice but to jump. And as you leap forward, all of you exhausted, tired from hours of running on end, you try to grab the edge, and your hands slip on the ice. Our crew falls down into this crevasse of ice and darkness. And that is where we will end our session for
I
today.
have a
whole
quick
crew?
question.
Can I take damage before we end?
Nope.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would I have seen any form of like anything I could throw a rope around?
Nah. It's just ice, buddy.
No. I was just wondering. I mean, because of the trees and stuff that were possibly popping up. So I
Yeah,
had to ask.
it would have been possible on your first one in, but you all are at the edges right now. There's not too many left.
Gotcha.
So, all right, you all fall, and that's where we will end our session for today.
I am dead.
We will
Oh,
see. We will see who is dead.
Oh wait. So Milo at that point does Misty Step and says, "Fuck this shit. I'm out."
A Misty Step would get you. No, because you're falling. You fall at a rate.
Has he
No,
fallen?
if I did it at the height of the
bad?
jump
Oh.
when we knew we were falling, I can see the ground on the other side.
But it wasn't like a, oh, I see this coming. It was like a sudden break. We will handle all of this next week.
I wouldn't have done it to him, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't think you would have been able to do it. But we will handle it next week. But thank you all very much. I'm going to bring back the main chat here. Ooh, but this is exciting. So technically, at this point, guys, that was session 6. So we could end it right here, right? This could be the end for our heroes. But I think everybody wants to try to see this mission through. So we'll, maybe be back next week if it's still okay with everyone. If anyone needs to stop, we can talk about that in the chat. But I think this has been a great adventure so far, and I appreciate everybody being here. We're just going to go around and do final thoughts. I'm going to start with myself this time. I actually enjoyed the fact that we can still do this without all the video, and part of me feels like that may be what I want to do, if that makes sense. But we'll see. For some reason, I really liked how it felt this time. I'm not entirely sure why, but I kind of liked it. And I'm excited that on the list of encounters you all can come across with while walking, that was a natural 1. So, on one hand,
What
you
was
all
the natural one?
survived the worst thing out there for a travel encounter.
That was a natural 1.
It was a natural 1. That's why I was like, It was really bad. But you all made it. You all at least made it to the last bit, and we'll see where you all wake up and where things turn out. Vaga, you're up next. Go ahead and sign us off. Give me your final thoughts.
Yeah. Just waiting to get to the end here. That's all I got.
Yeah, this is a cliffhanger, this one. Hog.
It's a cliff misser.
Wow.
Not even a joke, just sort of a
Reality.
polite commentary, but yeah. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we will. Brom.
I guess that my final thoughts are that I'm probably about to fall into this chasm and die.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes, definitely. And Milo.
Yeah, it definitely fun. Enjoyed it. Me and my 5 hit points are looking like yay.
Yeah.
Cliff falling.
Falling is not great.
I'm kind of hoping that the chasm is like whatever that thing is was in one of the chambers that we needed to go to. Honestly, because that was my first thought when he cast the sensing the presence, and I was like, well, maybe it's because we said whatever that chip was from Orcus it was between the river and the Riles. So it could easily have been underground as it was centuries ago at this point in time. And we also know dwarven mines are usually underground. So hoping we find some good stuff and we
will
don't like
see.
all die, or at least Vaga stays alive so he can heal some of us.
I mean,
You
as
know?
long as vodka's up, you all are fine. But we'll see
Right.
how fall damage treats you all next time. So, despite my weekly warning, I will repeat it. But gosh, I really hope you all don't die. I'm gonna sign off. We're gonna end the chat, and we'll start this up next time. Love you all very much. It's a great adventure, and take care. Bye.
Later.